Cue.
I feel like we're live.
Please, can you please
cue? I feel like we're live.
Are we cueing the pubis
I feel like
now?
we're live.
The pubis is cued. We are
We
cued.
have a digital pubis confirmation.
That is right.
We
have confirmed the pubis.
Digital pubis in your face.
You're welcome.
Tuesday
You're
Thursday
welcome.
Morning. Welcome to the Jaguar Morning Show. Good morning, Jay.
And good morning, Andy. I'm great. How are you, America?
We hope you're feeling so fresh. I just did a spit almost as if I was on Broadway, where you're watching the play and then the saliva comes out in the first 3 rows.
That's the way I do it.
So I hope you felt that.
I hope you felt it. We're getting spit-o-vision. We're going to start this off. As you know, the Jaguar format's 30-minute workout to get started. And the best way to do that, just rotate that pubis out there. You can rotate your pubis with us and with Jessica.
Yeah, and if you've never watched the show before, you're going to see a lot of this. There's a lot of light pubis rotation, and then later in the show, you're going to see a little bit of a pubis explosion. And I can promise that.
God, that's one of my favorite parts is when later on, we really turn this pubis up to 11. Right now, me and Andy are giving you a pubis of 3 because it's only 9:01 a.m. This is live TV.
That's right. And if you've never seen the show before, this is a 2-hour live show. And if you're listening on 104.7 FM, welcome. You have a radio, just like 99% of the rest of the cars mathematically. You're not rich. Don't get nuts with it. But anyway, the point is, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We have a 2-hour show. You're in the middle of the first hour, half hour. That's a workout segment. We just want to wake you up nice.
Yeah, we like to get the blood flowing. We like to get up and, you got to get the blood moving. You got to get the brain. The brain's the most important part of Jaguar format. And this is for you. We start it every Tuesday, Thursday, 9 to 11. Come with the workout. Hit them, and then we bang out the news, sports, weather, traffic, top 10 list, crime report. We're covering all the hottest crimes in Denver, sexual crimes, all kinds of stuff. We're having fun with it. And then wake up with Jay. That's right.
So it's a 3-segment show. You're in the middle of the first one. We're at a hot workout. I'm feeling the sweat trickle down my delts.
Oh my gosh. It's making me feel good because often what I don't do in my life, Andy, is just reach up towards the sky. I spend so much time just down in the muck. And I got to remember to reach up towards heaven and breathing. And breathing is so important, Andy.
This is so nice because, to Jay's point, think about the amount of time. Just think about the back of your neck right now and how it always has a little crook because you're down like this on your smartphone. And we don't blame you. This isn't a judgment session. It's a wonderful technology. But what you really have to think about is how is it going to affect your whole body, starting with the pubis.
That is right. It's all connected. Your brain bone's connected to your heart bone through your vein bones, and the blood bone's connected to your toe bones.
Yeah.
And with the amount of sugar I eat, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to keep this whole GD contraption operating, you know what I mean? At a steady clip.
Yes.
Oh,
and
God,
we're here with Sylvia
good.
today. Sylvia really likes to do low impact, we did that little wiggle earlier. I almost feel it's reminiscent of Zumba. She likes to do a shoulder Zumba, and that's what you're in the middle of now.
That's right. You're going to want to roll these ball and socket joints. You're going to want to feel it and put your hands on your hips. Now, if you're doing this on the radio, remember, just follow our instructions perfectly, or it could be just slightly dangerous for you.
Yes, for those of you watching or listening on the radio, rather, what you want to do is keep one hand on the wheel at all times, unless you can do that thing with a thumb and a knee on one side, and then go crazy with that other right or left hand.
That's right, and remember, always use your signals. A lot of people spend so much time just willy-nilly driving, and we want you to stay focused. The Jaguar format is a format of intense focus. It seems like all of this is just stupid nonsense off the dome or whatever, but it's not. It's all perfectly choreographed like a ballet.
Yeah, and for those of you having trouble understanding when we say, for those of you listening on the radio, we are live on the radio at 104.7 FM, 9 to 11 every Tuesday and Thursday morning. And some people say, well, when you're talking to the radio people, the TV show gets worse. And when you're talking to the radio people, the you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's all fine. We're going to do it. We're going to get through it together. Just bear with it. We're trying to get you the media by any means possible.
Yeah, we are also sending out an almost constant barrage of telegrams, okay?
Oh, a lot of telegrams.
Across the state. And so whatever medium you're consuming us in, I like to just sort of write the word Jaguar into the sand of a beach and let the tide wash up over it and then take it back out. And if you're out there watching on sexpotcomedy.com, I have just a tremendous amount of respect for you and the choices that you're making. You understand?
Yeah, if you know about our website where you can watch the morning show from 9 to 11 streaming. It's JaguarMorningShow.com. We'll take you right to the streaming page where you can watch us live on your computer every morning. Or, well, the mornings we're on.
That's right.
Which is Tuesday and Thursday. Thank you. I just get so overwhelmed.
Look at how good I'm doing this workout so far, Andy. I don't want to brag, but I'm like really nailing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to get this exact workout down, because if you don't get it down, it's like a 10% workout, but if you follow what Sheila's doing, it's like 100%.
Oh, she changed it up. She changed it up on us, Andy.
Oh, look, I'm doing the alternate.
Boom. See, I'm right with me and her.
I like to give her the business.
Me and her, our hearts are connected, our brains are connected. I've got her same smile, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's funny, when we're looking at these workouts, I often think to myself, it's almost like she's your fairy godmother or something. She's so connected to you.
See what? Oh, Sandy, she crazy. Oh, it feels good though when I work my hips like this.
Yeah.
Wally knows. Wally keeps poking his head in because he knows how good we look.
She looks like a wonderful, remember those Fruit of the Loom commercials where they'd come out with all the different fruits?
Oh yeah.
She looks like if a grape were way cooler. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
like the hot,
bunch of grapes.
like a fun, smart, interesting grape.
Yeah.
You're like, that's the kind of grape that I want to have at my party.
That's right.
She wiggles so well.
She does the body gyration.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to duplicate it, and it is not easy.
No, what I do is different than her. I work my body in a different way than her.
Now, here's the thing. This brings up a good point. Everyone we put behind us relative to the workout is someone who's a master of the pubis. A full Dalai Lama certified master, been in Nepal for at least 10 years working on pubis breathing. And that's why you see this level of languidness from Sheila.
That is right. Everything is a circle. Time is a plane. And Sheila is still somewhere right now wearing these leotards doing the same funky dance. Yeah. And that's what it is. Jaguar will always be on TV for you. Sheila will always be doing aerobics. You will always be writing this letter to your son.
Yes.
It's always going to be now forever. There's nothing outside of this room. Me and Andy are just here. And for eternity, just doing this workout, and it's never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. Okay, I gotta get out of this, man. I'm in my own head, Andy. This is a TV show.
Don't. That's the thing, Jay. You don't have to get out of this. You have to get in this because it's you, Jay, and that's what we want on the show. We don't want you to limit any of it. Look at Sheila.
Look at Sheila. Look at what Sheila's able to do.
It's almost as like she was on off Broadway and we needed to start an exercise.
That is right. She just filmed these in her basement, in her perfectly white basement. She put up these are actually from 2017.
That's right. Yeah, this is actually current. She lives in Littleton.
Yeah, we know her. She's nice. I didn't know she was like I had this workout video. I'm like,
yes,
great, let's do it.
Yes, Sheila, thank you for being a personified Fruit of the Loom bunch of grapes for us to watch gyrate like a elementary school storyteller that just got hired for $600 to tell the kids about fitness.
That's tell these middle schoolers what it means about what your heart rate should be. And tell these middle schoolers what you think about, Johnny Knoxville's sort of take on home and fitness.
Yeah.
That's what Jackass was always. She jumped! I was sure she was gonna jump.
I was ready to explode because that's where I thought her pubis was going.
Me too.
At the moment of explosion, her pubis recoiled and took a deep breath.
Challenger did the same exact thing. Boom! We're moving past it. Okay, and then I go out. How did she not jump there? Did you see her where she goes?
I thought she was spring-loaded. It's almost when you see, there's a little bit of prey in front of an animal, a predator on like a wildlife show, and that lion's creeping up on that little meerkat, and that meerkat's just poking its head out of the hole going, hey, I'm looking for nuts. And then, boom, the lion pounces. But what she did was she chose kindness, because when there's a choice between what's kindness and what is right, the enlightened person will choose kindness.
That's right, and she's here to show you what we can do. As you know, about halfway through the workout, we check our pulse. To let you know where it's at, you're going to want to count. You're going to want to put it anywhere you got a pulse beating.
That's right. Denise always gets us fresh with Pamela on our pulse. Every show we do this because you've got to stop down because breathing through the pubis begins in your heart.
Yes, the heart pumps the pubis out into the rest of the body. The pubis takes it in, heart pumps it out. So that's what we're doing here.
Think of it as a bike pump where your heart is going like this to your pubis.
Yeah, the pubis
and then
is
the pubis
tire.
is getting to its comfort level, and then you pump a little less.
And this is where I want to talk about: do not overpump your pubis.
Yeah,
I've seen.
We never talk.
I've seen horror stories, and because it's hard to get there, it's like water. You'd be like, "Oh, I can't drink too much water." You can, and that's where it gets really scary out there.
Yeah, and speaking of pumping your pubis, here we go to the high impact portion of our workout. We got Billy Blanks, we got the whole crew, and it's going to work out that upper area that makes your pubis feel loose.
I was just saying to myself, I said, "Ooh, I want to be able to swing a punch, Andy." I said, "What I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to eat vegetables, and I'm going to watch Rocky, and then tomorrow, I'm going to kick some ass."
Yes, and what this mostly illustrates is Jay and my inability to punch. But we're not going to focus on that right now.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, baby.
I love everybody. Let's hug. Let's not punch.
I can get out of any argument using two patented things called these eyes and this smile, baby.
But for one shot, we want to be clear. Film directors, we can do this. Look how we just got tight on that. Look how we can do that for one frame. So in a fight scene, it's just like, yeah, we can do our own stunts.
Yeah, and now if you're bringing it close we can't. My camera's down.
The camera's down.
I broke my tight camera. Oh, it's panning up my body. Now watch me take a fake punch. See how I said I snapped it. Boom, I took it. Boom. We're doing a training montage. Boom. Boom, I took it.
Here comes one to the gut.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
And I'm staggering.
Jay, are you okay? Oh, Jay, please don't leave us. Jay, we need you. The show, it's only 12 minutes deep. We've got an hour and 48 to go.
I'm back because I was just acting, Andy. I'm here to play. I want to play young Rocky in the next Creed movie.
Jan de Bont, if you're out there and you're making Speed 3 J Control, this is the guy.
Yeah, I want to star in Speed 3 J Control.
Here we go.
That got me tired though, Andy. I'm too tired. I don't think I can do the rest
workout
of
is
the show,
going to be a
Andy.
disaster. I'm going to need to take a shower immediately after the show.
Yeah, we're doing a 30-minute blank screen, and we're going 30 minutes of blank screen today. And then we walk.
Wait, you go 1, 2, opposite punch,
boom.
and then you switch? That's too much coordination, dude.
I don't know which direction I'm going or how to punch.
2, opposite punch, switch. 1, 2, opposite
boom.
Punch, switch. 1, 2, opposite punch, switch.
Boom.
Hey! This is
boom.
Proof positive that you can get a $800,000 degree in advertising and still end up on top. It's the Jaguar Morning Show. If your kids are giving you crud this morning, just remind them this is a new day. They're just caught up in their old dreams of Nintendo and sugar plums.
Yeah, tell your kid to go back to bed. It's Jaguar time in the morning, baby.
Yeah, sometimes you have to send off the kids to bed when you're an adult because some things have to happen. This is a situation where it's you time in the morning. It's okay to tell them, hey, go watch that extra episode of Gullah Gullah Island.
Yeah, and that's a great example of what our main competition is on TV at this hour.
Yeah.
It's us versus Nick Jr. versus French Rerun on TBS. You've made your choice. You're here with us. What about those other shows?
See, and here's the illusion. You could put us on, and your children are probably watching right now. Hello, kids.
Hey, kids.
Thank you for joining us. We're your new Saturday morning cartoons. You don't even understand that reference because you're a kid now.
Yes.
But trust us.
That's right. We're like your favorite SNCC programs. Oh, this is my favorite exercise.
Jay does this at a stoplight. We're just smoking a cigarette, whatever, having a ham sandwich. Jay just starts doing this, and he's like, I'm like, what is it, Jay? He's like, we're not on the air, but I need this.
Every part of me is perfectly sculpted. I have chosen. It seems like some of it's kind of willy-nilly. Everything is a choice I've made. Every piece of me is exactly how I want it. Right here. Right in here, right in this area. Seeing right in here. This is exactly how I've chosen for it all to look.
Now, if you're getting a fresh drizzle down your body as if someone has just pushed a fresh fruit into your mouth and then shirtless, you're just absorbing all the wetness, that's normal. That's just a little bit of Jaguar sweat. And you're going to want to get into that metabolizing of your life by sweating with us Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I want to see you sweat. I want to see you sweat. I want to see you sweat, America. I want to see you sweat. Get that heart rate up, America. It's a double. America. Ooh. Picture this. You sweating, America? Can I see you sweating?
It hurts, but it's supposed to hurt sometimes. Everything hurts sometimes.
Ooh, America. Ooh, you made me feel so good. Oh, America.
I'm gonna throw out a rib.
Yes.
Wow, and that's good. This is row the boat, row the boat, row the boat, row the boat. Just row the boat, row the boat, row the boat, row the boat.
I'm feeling it right here, Andy.
I'm gonna
feeling it right here, baby.
If I have a
America.
stop
feeling it right here, baby.
my,
I'm feeling it right here, America.
my javelin muscle.
America. Right there, America.
Call the cops.
Call the cops, America. You want this, America?
Now this is something that really, if you can get up for one exercise, even just a little, make sure this is a pubis blower. This is where the pubis gets involved again. This is a 1-to-1 ratio. You're doing this half the day, you're at 1% body fat by Thanksgiving.
And then you can put it on, baby, put it on.
Oh, and then, Now you're thinking to yourself, why? Why am I doing this? What is this about? And I encourage you to just let that go and just start pumping and pumping and pumping that pubis.
That's what Billy Blanks tells you. Billy Blanks, if you can hear him right now, all he said is pump it. He sounds like Black Eyed Peas remix.
Yeah, we have a thing. When Jay and I, we have a... God, I hate to bring this up. We do have a helicopter that we float over the city in, and we don't like to discuss it because you got to keep it chill. But what we listen to in those headphones as we use it as a meditation. It's not about us bawling or going to a party on a helicopter and arriving in a cool way. It's about floating over the city and hearing one thing in our ear, Jay, and that is pump it, pump it, pump it. So we're doing a Jaguar.
And it's an isolated vocal track.
Flying over the city in a helicopter.
That's right. And we land on the top of Mutiny Information Cafe, which exists in our helicopter.
Mutiny Information Cafe is at Ellsworth and Broadway, and they have coffee, comic books, magazines, albums. Less on magazines. I just tried to give you the genre.
Yeah.
Printed
materials of all kind exist.
Incredible books. Incredible artwork. Go buy the artwork. Denver art. Oh!
I'm feeling good, Andy. I'm feeling this workout. It's making me feel like a Jaguar, Andy.
Yeah, I think you can see I'm going twice as fast as Billy.
And then we cool down with.
Okay, now this is a tough one. I recall. Now this is Brooke. She comes to us from Massachusetts, and she's in a park in Framingham, Mass. And she gets loose with disc golf for about 4 hours, and then she does this workout she's about to give you right now.
That's right. So what's going to happen is you're going to want to just take your time. Right now she's explaining to you sort of the connection, heart, mind, pubis. Yeah. Talking about how pink shoes sort of factor into it. Also tank tops. And so all of that information is coming at you super quick. And then we're going to take a second. You got to take a second to breathe. And then from there, we're just going to rotate our arms a little bit. She's going to have us rotate our arms. First, we're going to sort of like awkwardly fidget with our hands because that's just a great way to start it out.
Yeah, she did if you'll notice, when she starts up again, she doesn't go full like arm circle. She does it like you're like pushing off like the paparazzis.
That's
you're
right.
Pushing off Uncle Jerry, who's like, hey, you're the cutest cousin, you know?
And even this, her philosophy on working out, take it easy. Just let it flop around. No muscle control. Just sort of let your arms... just wrap around your waist.
Ooh, sorry.
You know, it's good. The point is that it doesn't matter. Absolutely nothing matters in the whole world. It's all a garbage show, and we're just picking at the bones of it like gulls.
Jay and I have both been in areas where our ego has killed us at various times in our lives, and it's really important to understand that nothing matters.
Yeah.
And that your whole, just have a pompadour haircut, stick out your chest, nothing's wrong, I'm a confident person act is tired, okay? So why don't we just enjoy the day? Why don't we swing our arms with
the abandon of a
Brooke
child
from Massachusetts?
Massachusetts Brooke, that's what I call her. Hey, Brooke. Wave to us.
Look at her.
Oh, she's focused.
Look at how she's loosening up that pubis.
Oh, it is. And
don't
it is
forget
good.
when you're swinging to also let the pubis go, the second chamber, they say.
Yeah, because you're going to want to be firing on all cylinders. That's what I say about my pubis. I got a 6-banger. How about you? That's what I say.
Yeah, and as you remember from last show, if you're a follower of the show, we know you are, Jay talked about his free email newsletter. You can get the 14 pubis zones by J. Gillespie at j@ultrasexlaser.com. That's a real email address. Email him. He'll shoot you out his pamphlet. It's very colorful.
That is right. And as you know, there's just nothing more important to us than teachers. And we're going to talk about it a lot later on. But before this workout's through, I want to give a quick shout out to the teachers and say, ladies, gentlemen, this one's for you.
Pay these ladies, pay these men, pay these people, pay everybody in these schools. Like, this is
double
a real
all
thing.
their pay.
Double their pay
and double their time
and get
off.
rid of something, say like, oh, I don't know, what's a good thing for us to just get rid of?
Standardized testing.
Thank you.
Let's teach the kids how to think, not rote memorization.
Give the
questions.
standard memorization or thing to the teachers who teach them the most life lessons, and then you have to go to like a little booth, and the teacher talks into a camera, and he says, "Hi, the government. I just taught these kids about fiscal responsibility and being a good friend today. That there are no standardized tests, and everybody got an A."
And everybody's looking good, everybody's feeling good, everybody's having a good time because there's no standardized tests, everybody got an A.
That's right. And it's nice to be able to just work your neck like Brooke. See how she just goes, you think nothing's going to happen, and all of a sudden she just goes full 45 degrees.
Oh my God, it feels so good. If you're listening on the radio, what we're doing right now, we're just sort of swiveling our neck. If you're sitting in traffic, you're on your way to your terrible job, just take a minute, just breathe in with us and just swivel your neck around.
That's right. For those of you on the radio, sometimes you feel left out because you're not in an area where you can just get loose. And to that I say nay. We've all been in an airplane or a car. You can really just focus on the different zones of your body and then just project your own image of what Jay and I are doing if you're only getting audio. That's theater of the mind. That's the power of audio.
Yeah, just put on some really dark sunglasses, crank it up all the way, turn your radio up the dial all the way up, and then just listen to me and Andy work you through the morning. Crank it, just crank it up, and we'll take you right to 11 a.m. From there, you're gonna have to find your own program. Maybe switch over to NPR or something like that. However you feel about it. But for right now, just party with us. Let us take you home.
I feel these fresh cranks from the audience, and we're gonna get into a swim motion.
Oh,
we're coming at you. Yeah, I'm glad we went to the wide shot because sometimes when you're close with me and Jay and you do the swim cam, people think they get it's like when people have a seizure from too much light. It's like it's too much energy coming out of them.
And I'm going to be having a seizure pretty soon from too much light, and we're going to get that to you live.
Yeah, Jay's going to have a seizure. He's committed to it. He's also committed to dying on the air at some point.
That's right. That's a promise I've made to you. Producer, we need to do a little more pubis, right? Was that the symbol for pubis?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the producer cued me and said you weren't putting enough pubis in.
Yeah.
And we are beholden to, of course, he's in charge. And so there it goes. I'm feeling good about it now.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do a swivel. That's everything you want. That's the red, white, and blue right there, baby. Stars and stripes forever, baby.
Now, if you think I'm just making noises, that's not true. It's called the call of the pubis.
Yes.
And the people in the fjords of Sweden have been doing it for 1,000 years.
Oh, and there are beautiful people. Do it with us, Denver.
Yeah, for those of you listening on the radio, I am gyrating up and down with my pubis and making a grunting noise because that's what is required to release the pubis fully.
Well, it's just one of the steps. And as you know, you're going to hear about all of those steps in my newsletter. You just got to hit us up, go to JaguarMorningShow.com if you want. It exists. I don't care if you do it or not.
No, 100%. If you're watching this somewhere else, just let people know on the internet that JaguarMorningShow.com lets them watch the stream right now. We're about to go to break. We're going to go to segment 2 because we have so many headlines coming at you in the newsroom. It's going to be an unbelievable morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We have an hour of news, weather, traffic, astrology, movies, books, travel, and our patented top 10 list.
Yes.
Maybe even a little crime and religion.
Yes.
You never know.
And frankly, I've got about an hour and a half of it. We're just going to cram it into an hour because that's what the Jaguar
We're going to
wants.
go change clothes. We're going to go get freshened up. We're going to come back with the headlines in just a moment. Jaguar Morning Show. See you after the break.
Goodbye for 3 minutes.
A lost world of smoldering lava and smoldering women.
It gets very hot in there.
Doug McClure battles exploding dinosaurs, break-dancing dinosaurs, and worst of all,
The ugly one.
is there any escaping from the center of the Earth? If there is, maybe he will be coming up soon. At the Earth Score on Denver's Television 2, 7 p.m. Wednesday.
This part of the brain controls the subject's emotions.
Hey, get off my lawn!
This part controls hunger.
Hey, you gonna eat that?
This controls sexual impulses. This controls rational thought.
Why would I buy a 32-bit system for $300 when I can get a 64-bit Jaguar system for $149?
Atari Jaguar 64-bit, $149.
Knock it off!
The Colorado Ballet with the Colorado Ballet Orchestra invites you to mark your place in their storybook season and wander back to Once Upon a Time. Save up to 13% over individual ticket prices by ordering your season ticket now for these 4 fabulous performances of the 1985-86 season. Enjoy the finest in music and dance from your Colorado Ballet.
Everyone is beautiful at the ballet.
Our lips shouldn't touch. Move over, darling. I like it too much. Move over, darling. That gleam in your eyes is no big surprise anymore. 'Cause you fooled me before. I'm all in the spin. Move over, darling. About to give in. Move over, darling. And though it's not right, I'm too weak to fight it somehow. 'Cause I want you right now. The way you sound has me waving my conscience bye-bye.
Sheer colour by Pretty Polly. So smooth, 9 out of 10 cats prefer them.
Don't give me that so-so soda, that same old cola. I want to rock and roll. I want to taste the jazz, all the great days that I had.
Shasta makes diet pop with more flavors, more jazz, more taste pizzazz.
Here's Benjamin Hall on the Jaguar system to play Cybermorph. Let's see how those beastly graphics and intricate moves that only come from 64 bits of Mega Power feel. Then, Cybermorph only on Jaguar by Atari. Get bit by Jaguar.
With my beautiful theme song. Tell America I'm coming, baby. Tell America I'm coming, baby. Tell them I'm coming, baby. Tell America I'm coming, baby.
Tell America I'm coming. It's the Jaguar Morning Show. We're back
Woo!
for a hot hour of news,
Woo!
weather, traffic, sports, astrology, movies, crime, sports, and our Panda Top 10 list, Jay.
That is right. We're having fun. We're mixing it up. We're causing trouble. Causing trouble out there in TV land, if you know what I'm saying. Well, let's take a quick look outside. This is a live view of Denver. As you know, it is May 8th. 2018. That means the sun's not going to quite make it up till a little after 11, right after our show ends. But we do like to look at right over here. What a beautiful building. You ever been on the top of this building?
Yeah, that's the
swimming pool
Darvish building, of course. Bought by the famous Korean baseball pitcher Yu Darvish back in 2004 at the peak of his riches.
That is right, and we're so proud of him and what he was able to do. The Jaguar Morning Show is probably the most important morning show in Denver, Colorado right now that's happening right now.
Oh, well,
live.
come on. We're humble people, but let's not discuss that. That's not debatable. What we're really talking about is we are the #1 Jaguar show in its space.
Yes.
Okay, we are the #1 Jaguar format in the world. There are other life forms on other planets. I bet that they are watching us right now.
Dude,
they
I
are
bet there's some
calibrating their
kick-ass
morning shows to this, Jay. Can we high five over this?
Yes.
We should give ourselves some self-love with all the slings and arrows in America. Wow, we're getting hit in the face like a windshield and a bunch of bugs driving through Kansas.
You can't bring me down, America. You try to get under my skin and you try to turn me into something I'm not. But I stay true to me. I stay true to Andy. I stay true to the whole crew. I stay true to teachers, America's teachers. And I stay true to the Jaguar Morning Show format because I care. A lot of people don't care anymore. They don't care, Andy, and that's the problem.
Yeah, and it's okay not to care in some levels. Like,
yeah, I don't care.
Jay and I don't really care pretty much at all. But on the flip side, do we not? Because what a sin to let the world pass us by without a little bit of joy, absent of cynicism. We are all enjoying the day, and that's why we have to get to the news. Because what's more important than news? And #1 on the list, Jay, the Met Gala.
And that's one of my favorite galas that happens across America on any given day.
Oh.
It was beautiful. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, they talked and they settled this feud. They settled this feud, Andy, that was making me crazy because I want them to get together and I want them to drop a really bomb track, Andy.
I want everyone to get together at a rich Halloween for jerks ball every month. And I want them to all be in a marketplace of ideas where they can flaunt their wealth and also their creativity.
That's right. And if I'm not mistaken, the theme of this year's Met Gala was like hypersexualized cardinal popes or something like that. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, Jay. It was fashion, heavenly bodies, an interpretation of Catholic fashion or something.
Man, that sounds like a theme for a Victoria's Secret runway show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if you want to alienate the populace, just go with a theme that couldn't be more obtuse.
Try to channel Eyes Wide Shut by Stanley Kubrick in order to connect with Middle America on something. That's what I've always done. Put on a mask, a phallic bird mask, and go to a black tie orgy inside of a mansion. That's what they do in Kansas. So goes the rest of the world.
That's right. And what better way to diffuse Illuminati rumors than dressing up like a bunch of secret society weirdos and waving it in our face?
That's right. Do you have a cowl? Put it low over your eyes and walk slowly, holding a large candle, so that people will understand better sort of how you feel about things and where you're coming from. And that's going to help. That's how Trump got elected.
Yeah, and we're all hypocrites. We all take part in things that are goofy, as goofy as the Met Gala, but it does seem strange. It's like, oh, there's a bunch of people that are newly rich or newly famous, and they're like, I got invited, I better go, or else the Illuminati won't accept me. I guess, long story long, this is about Jay and I getting into the Illuminati.
If Andy and I could just get a couple of invites to those crazy New York celebrity parties, that'd be great. I promise we'll have a good time. We'll probably roll in with some real fire.
Yeah,
and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Dope smoke. You will not be mad about inviting us to a party. If anything, that's what we're good at. Right, wrong, or indifferent. We enjoy to light the fuse.
It's not all green screen TV shows, all right? We're also just really amiable in person and so modest too.
Yeah,
and that's what you're gonna want there. Do you have giant shrimp on a silver platter? Because that's where I want to live my life.
Yeah, that's right. And that's why Elon is saying to himself, he probably did a focus group. He was there with singer Grimes last night, and we're not trying to discount the relationship, but I feel like Elon probably did an extensive demographic search with all of our metadata from 10 centuries that he gathered through a partnership with Facebook and Google, and then decided, oh, Grimes is the best move. That's kind of where we're at, I feel like.
I did that same thing, but in relation to her new single recently. I filtered through Google Analytics. I channeled it through a bunch of spyware and a couple of bots, crowdsourced it, and it came back and it said, you're going to want to listen to like Beat Bop Number 2 by Grimes. I assume that's what her music's called.
Beat Bop Number 2, Beat Bop Music. That's her big album. Now it's time for Money Saver Traffic, though, and we know the roads are hot. Thank you, those of you listening on 104.7 FM. Here comes a hot news traffic.
That's right. They're trying to knock us off the radio because they say that Denver cannot handle our truth, our particular brand of truth. Yeah. But we're going to bring it to you just the same. Down here, down south, as you get towards Inglewood on
a little rough
on this highway, it's really going to call it red now.
Yeah.
So everybody gets so super upset. We're going to take a live look at that cam and I-2857 in Hampton.
Yeah,
it's cooking though.
25 in Hampton is cooking along. Okay, that's what you need to know. That's a problem area. Any of you Lyft and Uber drivers or just regular commuters going through the tech center, you've got smooth sailing for a minute. Take advantage of that. If you're down in Inglewood or Littleton, forget about it. Your day's over. Commerce City, there's a loose dog food truck that turned over. You're gonna have a problem.
Check it out, York Street right here in I-70, and that's cooking too. This is a beautiful bridge through here. This is the Denver River. Is that what flows
I believe it's called the Denver Thunder Pass because of all the thunderous white water, and they just had to change the name because that's all people knew it as. Oh, and
we're checking out the mountains over here. As you take that, if you're heading west, you're going out to Joshua Tree National Park.
Yeah, and as we like to do, Ganella Pass closed for the season, still not available due to that alpaca turnover. From several months ago, still blocked up.
Matted fur and just the blood of beast and man scattered across the beautiful cliffs there. Before we go any further, Andy, I just want to take a quick look at the weather.
I do too, Jay. It's really important that we get everybody their news, weather, traffic, sports, astrology, etc. But let's go back to weather in Maryland again. Bummer, rainy.
Always rainy. We're taking a live look. There is as you know, it's springtime. The bees are hatching. Andy.
Yes, this is a combination. This blue splotch you see is a combination of bees on the radar. There are that many bees And the second thing, Jay, the dark blue is the flight attendants out protesting at Frontier Airlines at the airport. They've thrown all their flight attendant vests on the telephone wires.
Yes, they are flapping in the wind. They're catching the bees. The bees are lifting them up.
That's right.
And it's just all working together. And we will be checking in live with the flight attendants. They are protesting for more. For better,
Everything.
being
Also,
better. They want better lives. I think that's what we all want. That's why I
give
almost
them a
walked out
buzz
of
ball,
Jaguar
you know?
today.
Like,
you know?
treat them to a free sandwich. They're working their ass off. Let's go.
As you know, Hurricane Giselle is working its way across northern Michigan.
That's right. Minnesota and the Midwest is just chock full of activity of precipitation. If you're not outside with a slicker right now, boy, you're going to get a Campbell's soup level cold. You're going to be huffing that chicken noodle all day.
That is right. Just broth. You're not even going to be able to take in the noodles. That's how intense this is going to be. You're just going to sip it through a straw because your teeth are going to hurt so bad. That's how sick you're going to get. We're taking a quick look down in Decatur, just real quick, and it's over.
Yeah, it's about 80 today. Everybody be cool. It's
Just
like
right
60
about
or,
80.
60 or 70 till like midday-ish. It'll be like 70, 75, 80.
Yo, everybody cool out because it's just going to be like, like 75 or 80 or whatever. So just chill.
Let's
just hang out. Like, it's going to be like, don't even worry about it. It's going to be like real chill, cool.
And we're back in the newsroom and the Hamlish building on the 29th floor. It is the Jaguar Morning Show. We are back at the news desk. We have a headline coming at you.
Let me tell you about this.
Oh, boy.
Taylor Swift, you're familiar?
Oh, T-Swift? Are you kidding me? I can't shake her off.
That is right. You know, a lot of people say that she stays out too late or that she goes on too many dates, but that's neither here nor there. She is about to begin her stadium tour, Andy, her reputation tour, and you know what?
Tell me about it.
It's not looking good.
Oh no, Jay is not thinking the preview is looking good. If Jay doesn't like that initial art, your tour is doomed.
That is right. And what I'm telling you, no one is buying tickets. This is going to be a situation where all of us are going to go see this concert for $2 because otherwise it's going to be 3/4 empty.
That's right. So here's the move, okay? And we hate to blow it for everyone. One of two things is going to happen. If we didn't say anything, there's going to be tickets for $100, and then the day of the show, like Jay's saying, you go online, you go, oh, scoop up those $2 tickets.
Yeah.
Or we could just all not buy them now, and then either the show will be canceled, or we'll all just go and party for $2 later in like a bigger group. So just no one buy them, but we'll all go to Taylor Swift.
As we get closer, the Jaguar Morning Show will be putting together a giant, fun-filled activity day where us and all of our adoring fans go to the Taylor Swift concert for $2 a piece. We're just going to make a real party of it. So keep that in mind. We'll keep covering it. What she did is she called Ticketmaster, and they have some sort of service, a resale service.
Yes.
And she said turn that off because all of the venues were showing that like 3/4 of the seats unsold. Unsold.
That's right. They don't like the flash seats type apps, the partner apps, because then it really gives a bloated feeling to that ticket sale.
That is right.
No
And
one
so
wants to be bloated any more than they are already.
So what's going to happen is Taylor Swift is going to be sadly playing her acoustic guitar in a stadium in front of 0 people, and hopefully that will lead to a new really great album from her called Sadness de Moi.
One time I literally did go to a Taylor Swift concert once.
Oh, I'm jealous. I love her.
With my daughter, and the two funny things happened. One was I was working for a radio station at the time. The record rep put me in a seat. During the show, big blackness for like 5 minutes. Where is she? I turned around. She was literally standing right next to me, and she played a song in front of me and my daughter at the Pepsi Center. It was unbelievable.
What the heck?
I'm not joking. That's a real thing. And also at the time, the ladies next to us kept going, "You're such a good dad! You're such a good dad for taking her to Taylor Swift. She'll never forget this.
Yep.
She'll love you forever." So
And
anyway, we're in movies now. Sorry I monopolized into that Taylor Swift.
I could talk about Taylor Swift all day, Andy. I think she's a real American treasure.
That's a whole other Jaguar. But here's the deal. We're in the middle of movies, and every week, every show, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we spoil a movie for you. So if you don't want to know what happened in a movie, leave now. Definitely leave now, because we're going to spoil it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, we're going to talk about the movie Field of Dreams. Here's the deal. At the end...
I don't remember how that is.
Field of Dreams will make you cry, I promise you, unless you've seen the movie, because I'm going to ruin it. The real vulnerability of it is that at the end he says, "Can I have a catch?" And any red blood American boy or girl that has a connection with a mother or father will lose their collective, you-know-what, SH1T. You know what I'm saying? That's acceptable. Okay?
That's acceptable. We have read thoroughly on the rules.
Yes, we know. Everything's fine.
Don't come at me right now with your weaselly eyes,
nonsense.
America.
Here's the deal. Kevin Costner builds a damn baseball field, and then Shoeless Joe Jackson comes out. And what happens though when he crosses the line? It's his dad, and he wants to have a catch. Okay? And his dad used to play for the Sox. And he had so many memories. And at one point, his daughter during the film chokes on a hot dog.
What?
And James Earl Jones goes, "Oh no," like James Earl Jones' voice. And then Timothy Busfield's like, "You're an idiot!" And then what does he do? Boom! Heimlich. Okay, Heimlich, Moonlight Graham. And that hot dog comes flying out.
Oh, I have a really vivid image in my head of that entire hot dog flying out, and then a dog catches it. He looks at the camera and goes, "Woof."
That's right, Jay. Field of Dreams, we're touching on it because it's baseball season, so it's kind of a combination movie sports segment. But here's the deal. Get out on that pastoral green and see that your teams and eat a hot dog and touch each other.
That's
Please.
right. And real quick, we got just about 35 seconds left of this segment. Just remember that at the end of the movie Signs, it is water that kills the aliens.
Yeah, water kills the aliens.
It's
like a 90-minute build-up, then just water kills the aliens.
And
Terrible writing.
and we say that because it's baseball season, and Mel Gibson says, "Swing away, Johnny," or some such nonsense like that.
Slugger.
It's all interrelated. This script writing on this show is Emmy caliber.
Jay, I'd say you're a natural because in that movie, Robert Redford has the lightning hit the tree and he makes a hickory stick and then he bangs the home runs and then he wins the game.
What movie is that?
The Natural.
You already said that word. I just wasn't listening.
But that's because we're talking about wood and splinters and sticks and baseball bats. We're talking about sticks and balls and children and fire.
Yeah, and real quick, in Sandlot, he throws the Babe Ruth baseball over the fence, but he eventually gets his back for a step down. Let's take a look at weather.
Wins the game. Weather, we're back.
By the way, I tried to watch Sandlot one time to get off of a bad mushroom trip, and within the first 5 minutes, Dennis Leary is on that screen as the dad, being like, "Hey kids," and you're like, "Get Finding Nemo back on."
Why did you steal all of Bill Hicks's jokes to become famous? Anyway.
Whatever works. All of my stuff's Carrot Top's discarded material.
Prop comic Jay Gillespie here giving you the weather, and it's an arid desert from Pueblo to Cheyenne.
Yeah, and just remember, be cool out there, man. It's gonna be like 75, 80 degrees, man. Be
Unbutton
cool.
it down to here. Show some pubis.
It's no problem. I'm gonna throw one button open on my shirt here just to let the air flow in. You don't even see it. It's not about you seeing it.
We do need to comment on this. This is a real live look. Minnesota is under assault right now from precipitation. So if you got family and friends in there, you're gonna want to check your Facebook app and see if they've marked themselves safe during this thunderstorm.
And over here in Southern
California,
California, it's so calm and around Los Angeles. And me and Andy spent a lot of time in Los Angeles, obviously.
Yeah, big stars like us. You kidding me? Look at this. This is more bees and more flight attendant vests.
Yes, in San Francisco, the bees are going nuts.
There's a joint flight attendant protest in Denver and San Francisco.
Oh my God, the swarm is out of control in South Texas.
It's gone down to Texas. Galveston and Houston are participating. Free the workers. Give those flight attendants their health insurance and what they deserve, America.
Yep. Exactly. You bring it to us, we give it back to you. It's time to discuss something that no one likes to talk about anymore, Andy.
Here's the thing. Jay and I do quite a bit of PI work. We get hired a lot. So if you want to hire us as a PI, jay@ultrasexlaser.com.
Yes.
That's sort of our collective inbox.
Yes, for the PI stuff. You go to Jaguar Morning Show. If you want to contact us about the show, please don't slide into my Ultra Sex Laser box unless it's just a tail of lover that you think may be cheating on you.
Yes, Jay is very good at climbing up on a catwalk, squinching down like a little hobbit person. He's able to meditate and keep his heart rate so low that his actual body mass shrinks by 30%.
Yeah.
He goes from weighing about 180 to 150 in just a few breaths.
Billy Corgan taught me that.
Billy Corgan of the Smashing
Pumpkins.
And that's why when you see him in 100-degree weather, he'll be wearing a full wool coat and a scarf.
That is right, because he is 30% smaller than he was. But that's neither here nor there. It's time for Crime Report. The streets of Denver are overridden right now.
That's right. And Jay and I, the reason we're talking about PI stuff is we've been down to the bail bonds area a lot lately. Yeah. Springing people left and right.
Yeah, what we like to do is we like to take from the Jaguar bank account about 300 crisp $100 bills.
Yeah.
Go down to the bail bond office and we will just spring out 9 criminals.
Yeah, that's
right. We say, give me a grab bag. Let me have one person from each category of crime, and we just get them out of jail back on the streets.
Who's been stealing the election signs? who has been embezzling from the PTA, who has been who smoked one marijuana cigarette who needs to get out. We spring those folks. So if you need anybody, if you got any family members, they're in jail, we have a lot of connections with bail bonds. You're going to want to hit us up. It's just a good move on your part. That's for your family.
That's actually...
Let go of that balloon. Unhook it from your heart. That's for your family.
Yeah, you don't even need it. Save it for them. If you yourself are using all of the balloons, your family's going to be balloonless.
Yeah.
What we're doing is, in fact, we just want... Because the two most important demographics of people that we care the most about are our teachers, obviously, and the disenfranchised, the criminals.
That's
and
right.
We're doing our best to sort of bridge that gap between the most important members of our society, the people that are incarcerated,
that's right,
and the teachers that are teaching our children. In cases, raising them, making sure your children are fed. You can't even take the time to sort of pack a lunch. Your teachers are spending money out of their pocket to buy your kids pencils and pens and food, and then also there's criminals that they can't even get anything from the commissary. Same principle. We're trying to help everyone.
We're going to spring your family out of jail. Let's say they took a little bit too much money from your family business, and now Jerry can't buy a soldering iron for the putting the mufflers back on the vehicles at the shop. Just let it go. It's going to be fine. We're going to go to travel.
That's right. As you remember, last week in the travel segment, we brought in a very special guest who talked about the garlic breads of Korea.
Yes.
And a lot of people weren't aware of what was going on there, that there's a sweet element. It was just such an exhilarating segment. We hope that we can bring him back someday. But for right now, we're taking a look out at across the Redwood Forest.
Yes, we're in the Redwood Forest. Of course, the filming place of the movie Return of the Jedi, which we can spoil for you right now. Darth Vader is Luke's father. Darth Vader is killed at the end by a combination of Luke and the Emperor, but it doesn't matter because he, as a father and son, reconciles with Luke.
That's right. Darth Vader does kill the Emperor, and then Luke saves Darth Vader. It's very touching. It's spoiled. Don't even watch it. You got everything you need to know.
It's a great movie, but that's all you need to know.
Just save your Star Wars excitement for Solo, which comes out in a couple weeks or something.
Yeah, you may have had some curiosity with a hot cousin at some point. In that movie, Luke realizes and Leia realizes, damn, it's better that Leia just makes out with Han Solo. And that's where the movie really comes together. That's where the rubber meets the road. So sisters and brothers aren't kissing each other anymore. They move on from that weird George Lucas stuff and right into the future.
But we haven't moved on from it. We're going to continue to talk about brothers and sisters making out with each other. That's the part of the Jaguar format is a real acute analysis of the different societal taboos and different ways that people are fighting them.
Are you aware that, Jay, sometimes to save water, I will bathe with a loved one, and we always have our full clothes on, but I will save that money, and if we're in some sort of drought or I start thinking about the Flint water situation or something, I just think to myself, I can't bear to waste this water, and I go walk right into the shower with a ski parka on, but I invite someone because they have to get clean too.
That's right. I almost do all of my showering in city parks on the sprinkler systems. Yes, they're using reclaimed water, and so you just make sure that you cover all of the holes on your body, but it's still free water, Andy. It's free water, and then soap. I just get a handful of it from a public bathroom, and you'll see me walking out to a park, and I'm just waiting for the sprinkler system to go on, and then all over the body. It takes about 3 minutes. I mainly
gentleman shower.
The arms and the upper thigh, and everything else sort of washes itself. Once you get soap on your arms, it cascades down cleans like the other places that you're not supposed to touch.
And we live in a country that has rest stops and gas stations that have full shower sprayers in the bathroom.
Yes.
Feel free to just take that sprayer, open up any part of your body and just jam it in and just clean it all out. You need a full flush.
That is right, and because that is not reclaimed water, you can let it get in any of your holes. We're taking a look at weather.
That's right. Our government has what's best for us. They'd never give us water we couldn't put in our holes. We're down in Jamaica again, man. I'm on a Sandals Duns River cruise. It's 23 in Jamaica. We're back in Colorado. It's 80.
Let's say you're in Fort Collins. It's 82 degrees right now, Andy. It is going to be smoking hot up there. You can cook an egg on the sidewalk.
Hey, Fort Collins, if you're having a sweet volleyball party out on the lawn at the frat, what a day for it. Get out those bacon-wrapped hot dogs and rub some jalapenos on them. It's going to be a barn burner out there.
Let's take a real quick look at the middle of the country here before we move into this next segment.
We call it the rectangle zone.
I'd like to take the four corners down here. This is such a beautiful part of the country.
Look at that.
Here. You see it? And we're back. We are taking a look.
This is
the
beauty.
bee swarm is moving. It is just moving across the country. You're going to get stung.
Now,
You're going to get stung.
Yeah, if you're up in Cheyenne right now, you're going to want to wear some of that netting you see the beekeepers walking around with casually on a Thursday afternoon. The bees are intense. That's what. Now, we talked about the flight attendant vests on the telephone poles. That is just bees. They've left those flight attendant vests. Some of them have shed those little magic carpets they were carrying around. They've made their way to Wyoming.
These bees are roughly the size of a golf ball. If you are hearing my voice on Comcast Channel 57 or the radio, I would just turn off all media, get in your car, and drive south. I'm kidding.
That's right. We're on the check out JaguarMorningShow.com if you want to see this stream live right now. If you're listening on your phone or whatever, any of that, thank you so much. We're back in the Darvish building because it's Jaguar, and boy, oh boy, we haven't even asked anyone to send us food at 700 Kalamath today. But we're all hungry. If you could just send over Postmates some food, that would be lovely. We'd really appreciate a nice snack.
That's right, because Wally's wasting away right now. He's getting a little bit of a head cold, and he needs you to send him some McGriddles. You're going to want to call up Uber Eats, and then you go into your little app, and you can send over, we've got 8 people on the crew, we need 16 McGriddles. Send over to 700 Kalamath. But if you just want to send one McGriddle...
If you can only afford 7 McGriddles.
Any number of McGriddles will make us so happy. Just keep that in mind, because it is 9:51 a.m. We are live here every Tuesday and Thursday.
We've got a couple more minutes in the newsroom. Let's blast through some news here, Jay. Netanyahu, they call him Benji. Do they call him that?
That's what I've always called him.
Benji the Hunted.
Benji Netanyahu recently met with the Prime Minister of Japan. You hear about this thing?
Yes, Jay. What did he serve the food in? Oh boy, here
he served dessert inside of a shoe.
What? How do you even do that? Everyone knows the Japanese see that as an insult. Everyone.
It seems like it seems like just not putting it in the shoe is a classier move. This isn't like a hip young vegan bar in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to serve everything on a wooden plank. You don't have to put wasabi in your dessert. Okay.
Right. You don't. If you're gonna have a head of state over, just stick to the basics. Okay, chicken, steak, maybe some sort of stir fry, maybe a soup. Everyone has had gruel. It was the first food when you just put it over the fire back in the ancient times. And you let that celery and that water and that salt just like mix with a stone soup.
That's right. The Japanese they don't even want shoes in their homes or their offices. So the Prime Minister of Israel said, you know where they do want shoes? On the dinner table as a serving vessel for dessert. This man said no.
I'm glad that they brought up a picture of Shinzo Abe. Beautiful man, inside and out. What a glorious...
Did you read that name or did you know that name?
No, that's Shinzo Abe. He's the Prime Minister of Japan. We come to you live with news. Turn off Fox, turn off CNN, turn off MSNBC. We're going to give you coverage of the Benji Netanyahu Shoegate.
Shoegate, that's what we're calling it. And if anything develops on this, we will cut back in and tell you more. Because we can't get enough. We like for you to be informed because that helps us to feel cared for.
Okay, we're gonna have a quick commercial break. Go to JaguarMorningShow.com if you'd like to interact with us. There's a chat room. It's pretty full, but get us. We're gonna get your comments in a minute. Go to that chat room, JaguarMorningShow.com. You'll see us on your computer or phone right now live. We'll be back in a minute with more news.
Lots more.
Lost souls and demons. And how do you escape this eternal damnation? You blast the gnat-sniffing demons and grind into their beating little eyes.
Doom for the 64-bit Jaguar. The best Doom ever.
Welcome to Western Sizzling Steakhouse at Aurora. Now, you all know our family serves up the best steaks in town at reasonable prices, but that's just the beginning. We've also got Denver's best salad and potato bars. Why, there's a complete meal right here. But for you hearty eaters, we've got some of the best USDA choice steaks in town at some of the best prices. We've got it all at Western Sizzling Steakhouse in Aurora. Come on in. Let our family serve your family at the Western Sizzling Steakhouse, Parker Road in Havana in Aurora.
Listen to what people are saying about Levine's.
Prices are great.
Selection was great.
And I like their sales staff at Levine's. They're great.
All the prices were very reasonable.
The selection is fantastic. The prices are great.
I know I can find what I'm looking for every time I come.
For the lowest prices, the highest quality, and the best selection.
The only place to buy furniture is at Levine's. See our ad in today's Denver Post. Isn't it time you shopped at Levine's?
Warning. A formidable creature is at large and roaming about. The Jaguar S-Type. It may well be the best handling car in the world. First observed in London, next in Paris, then in Rome, and soon to be seen prowling the highways of America. The Jaguar S-Type. Capture it. The rewards are magnificent.
Don't give me that so-so soda, the same old cola. I want a rock and roller. I want a pie. I want a Shasta. I want a taste for that. All the great taste Shasta has. I want a pie. I want a Shasta. I want a thrill. I want a wow. Taste it all. I want it now. I want a pie. I want a Shasta.
Introducing Alien vs. Predator for the 64-bit Atari Jaguar. You might not want to play it alone.
Mom.
When friends don't stop friends from drinking and driving, friends die. Drinking and driving can kill a friendship.
Celebrate the 5th anniversary of the 16th Street Mall with Channel 4.
Coming back. They're telling me that we're coming back. They're telling me we're here.
Hike,
and then I'm going long, Andy. I'm going long,
It's time
Andy.
for a new snap. I'm back in the pocket. I throw it to Jay.
And I'm looking. I can't find the ball. The sun's in my eyes, Andy. The sun's in my eyes, Andy. Oh, the coverage is tight, and I bring it in for the touchdown.
Look at that. It's the Jaguar Morning Show. We're back from a break. We try to give you those fun commercials to get you into the past, to get you in the mindset, get you to enjoy the day. Okay?
That's right.
There's so many different news stories, though, Jay. Oh, my God. It's Teacher Appreciation Day, isn't it?
I can't begin to express my admiration for what is probably the most important members of our society, the teachers, Andy.
Yes, that's right. The teachers are coming at us hot and fresh every day with new curriculum, new energy, and new experience to share. It's not what shows up on that standardized test like we talked about.
No, your children would be lumps of idiocy without the hard work and dedication of America's fighting teacher staff. Let's hear it for America's teachers.
Hip hip hooray for teachers. My mother was a teacher. My grandfather was a teacher. That's not true, but it could be. Maybe
My sister's a teacher.
Jay's sister is a teacher.
Doing great work. I know a bunch of teachers. They're all awesome.
What grade roughly does your teacher?
I want to say that she is teaching elementary, and it is a hard go. It is interesting to hear how difficult it is to be a teacher right now, and that profession is so important, and it shouldn't be that difficult. They should just be ushered into the classroom on a red carpet and brought a glass of wine as soon as the day ends, and because they are raising our kids.
Right.
And we thank you so much, teachers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, because you may be about to walk into a meeting with your vaguely racist boss, and he's going to talk about how bummed he is about the Avalanche being eliminated from the playoffs. And you might be thinking to yourself, this is the worst it gets. And then you look at a teacher's face and you tell them when they're covered in macaroni, they're covered in finger paint, and they've had a jerk parent-teacher conference where the kid is acting up, but the parent is rich and doesn't care and just says, let Jeremy do whatever the hell he wants. He's my son. Damn it, he's my son. You tell me who had a worse day.
Seriously, tell him. Call us right now. Call us and tell us who had a worse day. I want a list of who had a worse day. This is what it is to be a teacher in America. It is crying silently at your desk.
Look at this.
You've
This
had
is
nothing to eat
absolutely-
but Elmer's glue for 2 days at this point.
Yes.
You're just counting on it being non-toxic, and you just feel like you could pull your hair out and maybe just erase it all off the whiteboard.
There's no good place to stand. I want everyone to see this woman and see the anguish she's going through. This is what teachers have to put up with every day, this level of, I can't do it today. I'm not good enough. I've put my all into it and no one cares because capitalist society values it at 0. And then they go out and they do an incredible field trip and your son Jeff loves it.
Jeff does love it. Maybe you're going to the Renaissance Fair or you're going to the planetarium. Either way, you're going to have a great time. But this now here, Andy, astrology.
Now, fresh astrology. Jay, we're back and we're talking Leos.
Two things that I want to get out there real quick. Number one.
That's it.
Mars is rising. What that's going to do to your day is out of control. Leo, you have promotions coming. You have a zest. You have a zesty outlook. Here's what's going to happen, Leo. I want you to walk into your office today like this. Because it's going to be that kind of day. Buy donuts for the whole damn staff.
That's right.
People are going to love you today, Leo.
Sure, every over withdrawal in your bank account is $36 at a time. You don't have overdraft protection. Your life is in a downward financial spiral.
Yes.
You're going to be in debt for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
Buy those donuts, okay? Have a donut today. What are you going to bring those donuts to your grave? Come on.
Yeah, they can't bury you with your credit card debt, so just spend, and then whatever you want to do.
Keep yourself out of the clink or go in. There's some meals. Hey, it's Leo, guys. It's July 23rd through August 22nd. So many treats. But what we need you to know is Leos are indeed the total package.
They have everything you want. They have signs that are rising. They have the pull of the moon. Everything is coming up, Leo. Also, real quick before we move past this, your lucky numbers for the day are, of course, 22, 37, 61.
I'm going to jump in. 44, 9, 12.
And 12. And now if you do what you want with those numbers, you can use them you can move them around and find the birth date of your perfect lover. Or you could move them around, you could buy a lotto ticket. Or you could use them to maybe grade a paper and not do anything. Leo the Lion done in mosaic.
Oh, Leo the Lion. What an incredible spirit the Leos have. If you were born in August, God bless you. We are so jealous. We can't believe that you were born during that endless summer. What a treat.
That is right. And if you are a Leo and you are a teacher, God bless. You have everything going for you. You're the total package and you're raising our kids.
I had a Leo teacher once. His name was Mr. Phelps. He was a music teacher. And we butted heads a little bit because two creatives in a room like that, I'll tell you, some xylophones got broken.
Zap.
But you know what? We connected on a sports level and he was able to take me out to a nice street hockey game and then we had some fun, me and Mr. Phelps.
Interesting. Street hockey's brought more people together than it's pulled apart, you know? And so you get that rubber ball out there, you start smacking it, you move a thing in. We're taking, real quick, it's 10:02. We do weather on the 2s every Tuesday and Thursday. And so we're going to hit you with it real quick. We're just going to pull it up. They've got the whole world in his hands. Real quick look at the dry and warm next few days right here through the Front Range.
Yeah, if you're out in Fort Morgan watching us on your 40-inch TV that's hooked up to your John Deere, congrats. You have a dope tractor and we'd love to hang out. Let us know if we can ever come over.
And I'd like to read I was going to read a quick poem for you, but we're covering this bee outbreak. Here's a quick poem. It's called Weather Outlook.
Please, give us a poem.
Number one.
Number one is in the poem.
Warmest day Thursday. Thank you so much. We're moving right into the bee segment.
When Jay did that poem, you thought to yourself that wasn't enough, but I heard warmest day Thursday and I was whisked, I'll tell you that. Look at this Minnesota travesty. The Pumas of Minnesota is being beaten with perspiration from up down south. Iowa's being a little selfish idiot and really ruining it for Minnesota because Minnesota's having a great time with all their lakes, just enjoying the day like we all should be.
Look at this little baby storm out here.
Oh,
he's just hanging out in the Atlantic Ocean. He says, listen, I'm not looking to mess anybody up. I'm just up here gathering a little bit of moisture from the ocean, and I'm just going to spread it out, take it wherever I want to take it.
Yeah, so if you're like Tiger Woods right now, and it's Tuesday, and you're not playing a golf tournament, and you've just decided to take your 900-foot yacht up with Greg Norman into North Carolina's waters, you might want to get inside and snuggle a loved one. You're in for a rough boat ride.
That is right. As you know, we often cover some just breaking literature and news. I am still reading that Star Trek book, but we had to do a quick cut-in because I was just sent the hottest novel this side of America by Dave Duncan.
And we're going to just, Jay, why don't you just leave that there and they could maybe zoom on that a little bit. we are going to bring you books that matter. We're not going to waste your time with the gobbledygook that's all already on the shelves and everyone's telling you, hey, Oprah said this person's book is magic. And I'm sure it is. We know it is. Ellen and Oprah, anything, just carte blanche. But what Jay's going to do is take you to a Jaguar realm of literature you didn't know was possible.
Before I get into what this story's about, I want you to hear a little quote from a man called Kirkus Reviews. And what Kirkus said was...
Jay, you're such a rascal.
For panache, style, and sheer storytelling,
sounds like
audacity, Duncan has few peers. Man, my bloodstream is full of tetrahydrocannabinol, and I'm feeling good, baby.
See if this, let's take a look at Chad Smith. Is that from the Red Hot
Is this
Chili
Duncan
Peppers?
Smith? What is this? Is this Anthony Kiedis today? Is this what Anthony Kiedis
Chad
was?
Smith did go to my middle school, real talk. I didn't know that was going to happen.
That's actually Dave Duncan right there himself.
That's the author, Dave Duncan.
Oh, that's Dave Duncan. You're looking at the author of the Jaguar Knights book. And we want you to get engaged with Jaguar when you're on a beach, when you're in you're feeling like it's sleepy time, you need to read a few pages. Start reading Jaguar.
What's that? Read us a little synopsis off the back, Andy. Why don't you break a little bit off for the people?
See if this sounds familiar.
And it does.
We heard from the Kirkus reviews, panache, style, audacity. That's us. Okay, see if this sounds familiar. The realm's most feared swordsman, Sir Wolf, has earned his name the King's Killer well. Unlike many of his brother's blades, however, Wolf detests his sworn duty to do the bloody bidding of a liege he can never respect.
That's like me every time I clock in at Red Robin.
See, this is good because this really is what Jay is feeling 24/7. You're wondering, you're saying that his energy level is so insane, but this is his at rest. This is what's happening inside. Can you imagine what it's like to be in there?
And sometimes you're the choker, and sometimes you're the chokey. But either way, I'm feeling so good this morning, Andy.
Here's the thing with this, though.
Break it on down
Okay,
for
you're
me.
Sir Wolf.
Yes?
Okay. Burdened with the company of his disgraced brother, Sir Lynx, the only blade ever to lose his ward and live, and shadowed by a mysterious inquisitor with a secret agenda, got a few of those, Wolf must make his way across a landscape of nightmares vivid and terrible enough to chill any fearless heart. Of course!
Ooh.
Guys, get involved. Don't be a coward. The Jaguar Knights is available on Amazon right now.
And we're going to bring you all the information about that book. All of us are going to read it. All of us are going to take it in. And all of us are going to channel it back out to you.
Yes, and if you're in Estes Park working at one of those souvenir shops, it's roughly 71. It's going to be nice and cool. Throw on a fan. It's going to be ideal. One of the best days of the year for you in that sweaty shop.
Remember when I read that poem, Andy? I'm not going to do it again. I just wanted to bring it back up because it was such a beautiful moment we shared. What if you're in Gunnison?
Oh,
72.
If you're out in Gunnison, that's that beautiful watershed area. What a gorgeous, cool breeze you'll feel with your dog Papaya.
That is right. We're going to take a quick look at New Mexico here, and this is the Santa Fe region right in here, just right there above my shoulder. The Santa Fe and Albuquerque, it's all the same once you get down there.
Yeah,
and it's just gorgeous. Very few bees.
But speak of the devil, we got a bee
Oh
problem.
wait, they are springing out. The hives are alive with the sound of bees.
Yep, and it's no surprise that on National Teacher Appreciation Day and on the day that the Frontier Flight attendants are protesting, those bees are out as angry as ever. That nature can feel injustice, and those bees are letting us know.
And I tell you one thing, CNN's not covering it, Andy.
That's
They're
right.
not bringing you this information. Only the Jaguar Morning Show is covering the hottest stories, the bee stuff. We're covering the teachers. We're covering the flight attendant strike. We're bringing it all to you. CNN right now, I think they're teaching you how to make cupcakes, Andy.
There are tornadoes down there as well, but the interesting thing, much like a sharknado, these are bee-nados. So you're going to want to watch out. You're going to get a stinger in your gullet.
That's right. They'll sting you right through one cheek and out the other. A lot of people say that bees die after they sting you. Then that's true.
That's not it.
You're saying it's not it. We're going to do a live experiment in the studio next week where we're going to bring in 500 bees and we're all going to get stung and see how many survive.
Last looks. We're going to sports, Jay. And that was a gag. Everyone's already seen the graphic for about 30 seconds.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Here's the deal. Bron just wiped out the #1 team 4-0.
Oh, did he?
Yes, after the first round where the Cleveland Cavaliers struggled and went 4-2 or 4-3 on the back of LeBron, where he just needed to grind it out over Victor Oladipo, Bron came in and shut down the #1 seed in the East.
The Clippers?
The Raptors. The Raptors. The Toronto Raptors, they had Kyle Lowry and a number of other players. But part of why I'm bringing it up, and thank you for putting LeBron's big, beautiful face on the screen. Here's the deal. With all the slings and arrows we've all had in our lives, Bron has had the most. He was drafted when he was 18 years old out of high school. He could have blown this a million times. You know how much cool stuff LeBron can do? And you know what he did? He just went out and won championships, Jay. He just smiled and fed us a Sprite and said, shut up, I'm the best.
And actually, Andy, I've got a surprise for you.
Wait, what?
LeBron James is here in the studio with us.
What?
I'm being told he did not make it. I'm sorry. I can't believe I just did that to you. I thought he was going to be here.
Well,
Wally, let me know. Let me know if he shows up. Oh, he's.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna go clean myself. I thought LeBron was here, and I'm just gonna go mop myself up for a minute.
That's right, and this is the part where Jay stands alone on the television station, and he talks about how scared he's been for how long, and how terrifying it is, the concept of being alone on live TV, and how it's just so torturous, and how maybe, and then Andy came back and the show resumed. It was that easy.
It's fine, guys. When you just let out a little bit of pee, when you think LeBron's gonna come, you lose your faculties, and
Yes.
it's important. I used a high-speed hairdryer to just hose it off with heat.
Also, I'm being told he was never in studio. It was Jason Kidd who was supposed to show up. But he's not here either, so I was just confused on the whole thing.
Oh, so
I'm
no
really
basketball
sorry.
players are here, but boy, oh boy. Now, this is nice. This is a look into Jay's psyche. It's what's going on with Jay, and there's just not enough of that on the show.
That's right. A little thing called Tears of a Clown, Andy. The biggest jokesters are often the saddest inside, and that couldn't be more true than with me.
Yeah.
I am a raging torrent of terrible emotions boiling inside, but I tamp it all down into a little diamond, which I hide very subtly inside of my colon, and then come to you and deliver fake joy.
That's right, and it's time for us to do what 90% of the world believes, and that is a little something called religion. Jay.
Yep, we're going to bury our heads in the sand with the verse today from Zephaniah.
And that is a real book of the Bible.
I cannot confirm that. I got it from a website. They could really...
This might not even be a Bible verse. We didn't even look.
Or it could be from one of those weird Bibles, like the Mormon Bible, where Jesus is hanging out in Missouri or whatever he does.
Yeah, Jesus loves
him and Huck Finn
yeah,
going down a river.
He's on a riverboat. He's put Dublin down on 10.
Okay, but anyway, let's assume Zephaniah is real and...
This is also from the Bible.
And this is the Lord your God is in your midst. And a victorious warrior, he will exult over you with joy, and he will be quiet in his love, and he will rejoice over you with shouts of joy. I feel like there was a lot of joy in there, and that's good because that's what it is the Bible, when it's not talking about stoning people or killing people or sins. The fifth thing on the list is joy.
He will rejoice over you with shouts of joy. And I think the takeaway message, if you will, is all the different elements of the Bible that we're not talking about. Floods.
Yes.
Earthquakes.
Those are some of my favorite parts.
Hello, Hawaii.
Aloha, Hawaii.
Aloha, thank you.
That means hello and goodbye. Your streets are overwhelmed with fire because we are all sinners.
That's right.
Each and every one of us is a sinner, and God is pissed off.
Yeah, and if you're not out on the streets for Hawaii right now, shame on you. We need to do a pineapple collection. We need to do a lei collection.
Yeah.
While these flowers and pineapples are burning, we need to get dump trucks full of them and put them on a boat and send them south. That's
right.
what we would do. That's what they'd do for us. They'd say, here, eat. Here's a pineapple, and they'd shove it in our mouth.
Little thing I like to call vitamin C. She got black eyes of death. She has seen the Lord.
That's
this
right.
woman has seen God, and it burned her eyes out.
She's not just about the graduation song. She's about Zephaniah. The book of
Zephaniah.
Zephaniah.
That's the most party-oriented book, too. I didn't touch on it, but in that book, everybody's getting freaky.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but if you read the book of Zephaniah in the Bible, you're prone to have more nocturnal emissions. It is a very sensual book. It is sort of a... It's like where you get a runner's high. When you read it, your body sort of starts, your mouth gets wet and your ears get sweaty.
Yeah, every time I open the Bible, I just get I start to move and I read it and I start sweating all over. I've sweated through 4 or 5 different Bibles. Zephaniah, all of them will fall before Babylon. I actually have that tattooed right across the small of my back. I'm not going to show it to you, but I do have that
It's
verse
not a
there.
tramp stamp, it's an experience deliriance.
It's an experience delirium. So what we're doing is we're going to take a quick look. Now remember, I know we're harping on it a lot, but over the next few days, Wednesday through Thursday, the temperatures are going to be above normal, yes. In the afternoon, are there going to be a few storms? Yes. Is the warmest day going to be Thursday? Yes. Today, is it going to continue to be warm? Yes. Today, are the plains going to be in the upper 70s and lower 80s? Of course. Today, will the mountains be in the 50s, the 60s, and the lower 70s? Yes. Are there bees storming across New Mexico?
Yes.
Yes.
We've been hearing these reports that the bees are dying, and they are, but what happens every so often is a group of flight attendants go on strike. They throw their vests onto the telephone poles at I-25. It allows an environment for the bees to procreate at a level that brings us back to bee stasis. So thank you, flight attendants. We appreciate you bringing back our honeycombs and our honeysuckles and our sweet coffee.
Yeah, and a lot of times what happens is old dirty bastard will wake up in the morning and he'll play his little flute, and then the killer bees just swarm out. That's how you know it's spring. A lot of people do it by Puxatawny Phil. I do it by a member of the Wu-Tang Clan calling out to the bees of America. It's time to wake up, they say. It's time to wake up. And then they do, and they swarm and they sting, and then a lot of people, anaphylactic shock. I hope you have your EpiPen. Do I have an EpiPen? Yup.
Oh, I love to get stabbed with an EpiPen in any context, even when I'm not having an attack.
Yes.
The thrill of the needle going in really just excites me to a point where my epinephrine levels go crazy, Jay.
Straight through the roof, baby!
We're back in the newsroom, and oh my gosh, let's talk about AR-15s, because they're Jay's favorite gun.
It's the most convenient, and they've gone and made them more convenient. It's crazy. A company called Dolos, which I'm sure is an acronym that will result in the end of the world, has invented an AR-15 that deconstructs to be small enough to fit in a small backpack.
Yeah, so imagine this image you see behind Jay's legs here is beautiful, beautiful
art.
legs. And imagine that AR-15 folding up into the size of a Rubik's Cube and being shoved into a Lunchables in the child's lunchbox. And grandma's saying, hey, enjoy your gun today, sweetie. Hope it goes down well with your pizza and your cheese sticks.
And where Dolos clearly has their fingers on the pulse of American society, recently at an NRA show, their demonstration showed that gun folded up in in a clear backpack, like the Parkland school kids are being forced to carry now.
Yeah.
Literally one of those clear backpacks with a folded up AR-15 in it as an advertising campaign. They also sent somebody out to an anti-gun rally with one of these folded up guns in a backpack.
Look at this gorgeous child with a beautiful bump stock laden AR-15 just rife with firepower. That's the type of child you want in a school. If some nutbag comes in, let her go nuts with that AR-15. She'll probably hit something good.
As you know, guns don't kill people. 8-year-old girls named Ashley kill people. And that's just a part of modern society. And Jaguar's not going to shy away from it. Jaguar comes right in. Let's say you have a wound on your body. We come in, we put our finger right in it. We don't even wash our hands. We don't care about infections. I had Wally sneeze directly into my mouth today.
Yeah.
That's how crazy I'm feeling. I'm just chock full of Wally's germs and my germs, and they're mixing together, and my immune system is killer, baby.
And then right before the show, Jay said, hey, Andy, join me in the bathroom. And I thought it was going to be maybe a little adult white powder time, you know, like it. But nope, it was just Jay. He took me by the shoulders, he opened my mouth, and he sneezed Wally's sneeze right into my mouth.
And as you know, we've been...
I loved it.
And we've been running a poll on what's going to kill me and Andy. And clearly they're saying heart disease is getting the most votes right now.
Yeah.
But I'm telling people, I think you're going to want to go dark horse on it. And we're going to need to get this 12.6 bumped up, okay?
Yeah,
I've been feeling a little blue lately, and I'm telling you, you're going to win some money. The odds are 60 to 1, and I'm going to... Pretty soon.
I do think stroke should be higher. At any point, Jay or I could have a bubble in our brain burst with the level of enthusiasm we carry throughout our lives, which is both a strength and a weakness. But oh boy, I'm so excited. It's time for the patented top 10 list. Everybody wants it every week. And Jay, we've got a doozy for the crowd out in TV land.
That is right. We are doing top 10 favorite types of weather. No one saw it coming. No one saw favorite types of weather coming at all.
No one saw it coming. Number 10, you'd think it'd be higher. Sunny. Just sunny. Not as favorable as it used to be. A lot of sun worshippers used to think the pinnacle of living was being down in Florida, just getting baked in the sun. No,
it is not that. It is not that. We are going to bring you, though, a quick number 9. That is a light drizzle, okay?
Ooh, a light drizzle. Who
It's
doesn't
just,
like that?
you can't even, it's not even drops. It's like you're just walking through a mist, and maybe it's, and it's lightly coating your face and your glasses.
Right.
You can't even wipe it off because it's so thin and light.
Whether it's chilly in spring and you're being taught a lesson by God, or it's summer, you love that spritz on your face.
Hit it with the big number 8.
And number 8 is thunderstorm.
Ooh.
Thundercloud.
And there's nothing better. I miss it all the time. I like to get under a blanket while the rain comes down and it's just boom, boom, booming, Andy.
That's right, Jay. There's nothing better than getting under the blanket with a basset hound who's howling while the thunder claps.
That's right. I'm going to lay number 7 on you, and you're not going to like it, but it's wind, okay? Get your kite, get out to a park, and let it alight into the sky. Me and Roger flew kites.
Oh, man, I remember flying kite with my grandfather and also bird watching. One of the real seminal memories of my childhood. And just out in a meadow like this. But number 6, no surprise at all, flurries, Jay.
Flurries, that is just a light snow. Just a dappling. It's just enough to make you say, is it winter, Andy?
It is winter, and we all know that because even when it's summer, it's really winter.
That's
Here's
right.
a flurry. It's a noun. We can see that. It's a swirling mass of snow and leaves
other
and
things,
dirt,
too.
and maybe some leaves and dirt. Number 5, Jay.
Number 5 is, of course, full-blown snow. We moved from flurries at 6 to snow at number 5. This is a well-scripted, put-together top 10 list. Give him number 4, Andy.
Number 4 is, of course, hurricanes.
Oh,
Who doesn't
man.
love a roof on a metal siding, double-wide trailer being ripped off on the 9 o'clock news? I love it. I can't wait for another Hurricane Andrew in my life.
That's right. If hurricanes are wrong, I don't want to be right, Andy. Because I just like the way they rage over the coastline.
Yes, I love that. Number 3, Jay, give it to him.
Speaking of hurricanes, it's blizzards. All right, that's super heavy snow.
Oh, blizzards are so wonderful. This right now is like before the blizzard, and this is what a blizzard creates. And that's one of the beautiful things about a blizzard. You're in the middle of it, it's a nightmare, and then over it's a placid situation.
Plus Dairy Queen.
Oh, that's right. And number 2, no surprise here, tsunami, Jay. The big one. We hadn't had any in modern history till recently, and now we can't get enough of these cute guys.
I know what you're saying. Y'all like some pretty violent weather. You're right. I like when Mother Nature takes one back for her, and that's why number 1, Andy,
is
the tornado.
No surprise here.
Ripping through the middle of the country, destroying Kansas and Oklahoma's wheat fields, and laying waste to many families.
That's right, and we're not in Kansas anymore because we are dealing with tsunamis and tornadoes all over the world. These climate patterns are changing, and we couldn't be happier about it.
And this is a perfect transition into what is probably going to be the final weather segment of the show. We may go in one more.
We may go in one more, but as you can see, still right here, see this? Right here, that's all dry from Pueblo all the way up to Cheyenne. You're going to be happy if you take a nice road trip today with that loved one who you will inevitably be cheated on with.
That is right. The only direction love goes is down. If let's say you're in the first 2 weeks of a new relationship, it's already peaked, I'm sure. You know what I mean?
And big shout out to our friends in Brainerd, Minnesota. There's a bunch of lakes out there, and there's a florist named Jennifer. And we can't thank you enough, Jennifer, for all you do for that city and all the beers you pour on your boat out on the pontoon on Lake Tinnewonki.
Yeah, a lot of beautiful lakes out there. It's so gorgeous. You watch the sunrise. Very few bees, unlike in Boulder.
In Boulder, we've got a situation. There's a bunch of bro hats that have been left out at a music festival in the Flatirons.
Toots and the Maytals was playing.
Yeah, secret DJ fest. The Toots and the Maytals showed up. They got a little grip of cash from a weird weed deal, and they put up a concert. Now we got bees and locusts.
And I'm terrified, Andy. I probably won't even leave the studio 3, 4, 5 days because there's nothing, although I love honey.
Look at what's happening in Minnesota, the travesty those people are going through. They're so sweet, and now they're just pounded with snow and water and bees?
Snow and water and bees. Bees was number 0 on weather patterns.
Yeah, bees is just a given. It's the most favorite.
Okay, real quick look. This is Colfax. Before we do anything else, okay, we're going up in the mountains.
Yeah, Colfax is dark. The sun has barely come up. It's 10:25 in the morning. We are on spring hours.
And I am ripped!
And Jay is ripped. It's 3 hours of sunlight a day. Up here at Ganella Pass, you're going to be closed indefinitely. Never go on that road again. Write it off. It's never going to open up.
Yeah, it's nature has reclaimed Ganella Pass.
Yeah,
you are
you're
done. This is not cars. This is where the elk travel now. This is elk country now. Give it up. Give it up.
So if you're listening to some jam bands with your new girlfriend, Natalie, and you're driving up to Bojo's Pizza, maybe Vertical Horizon or Guster, or maybe the Dave Matthews Band comes
Vertical
on.
Horizon.
Remember, turn into a ditch. Your life is over. Get out now.
Vertical
It's a
Horizon.
disaster. You can't eat that much pizza or listen to that many jam bands. You're going to turn into a miserable person.
And I'm going to take the counterpoint. I want you to listen to more jam bands. I want you to eat more pizza. I want you to get over the hump of being a horrible person and come back into being normal. I think you could do it.
As usual, Jay's right. Just
I
enjoy
think-
your life. Don't listen to me. I'm just saying words.
I think if you got Dave's Picks Volume 6 by the Grateful Dead and you put it on at just the right volume and
Yes.
just the right BW bus.
And if you've been wondering what I've been fidgeting with all afternoon, it's just this, trying to stay on my body.
That's
Because I
right.
really want to feel that maximum effect, and you will too if you just turn on some leftover salmon and start touching your lover.
That is right. That's what we're going to do. Leftover salmon, baby. Leftover salmon, baby. One last look at the bees in the south.
Yeah, Texas is getting barraged. You know, the flight attendants came out at the Houston International Airport and the Galveston Regional Airport, and they said enough. They threw their vests into the telephone poles, more bees.
That is right. And then the RZA played a golden flute, and it was all over for them. We're taking we're taking a look at new. I think this is we're taking a real quick look here at southern Louisiana. We're just zooming in real quick right here on DeBitter, Louisiana, right near Lake Choo Choo, coming by Orange County over here.
I can't tell you how many people watch the show on a phone while they're in a fan boat in Lake Charles. And they're just coming up from the Mississippi River, and they're trying to figure out their life, like a beast of the southern wild for white people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a thing where people are reclaiming and learning about themselves on a spiritual level.
That's right. You're going to want to take one back for yourself. Bee stings you, you sting a bee. Swamp treats you bad, you treat a swamp bad.
Yeah, and to be clear, if you're out on a fan boat right now and you're watching us, please let us know. We want to get those fan boat pics on Instagram. So hashtag Jaguar Morning Show and give us your fan boat pics.
That's right. The first person to hashtag on Twitter, hashtag Jaguar Morning Show, is going to get my shirt sent in the mail. We'll be back in just a couple minutes after these messages.
We've given you
with
so
Wake
much,
Up with Jay.
We've given you so much news. It's time to Wake Up with Jay right after this. Thank you for joining us. It's the Jaguar Morning Show every Tuesday and Thursday right here on Xfinity 57, CenturyLink 8809, and 104.7 FM. Also, share our stream, JaguarMorningShow.com.
You're already dead.
Hi, I'm Paxton Mills, and this is my friend the Kim Chicken, and we'd like to invite you to attend Kim's 85 Scream in the Dark Haunted House. Get out of here. Scream in the Dark begins October 10th and runs through November 2nd at Celebrity Sports Center, 888 South Colorado Boulevard. Kim's Scream in the Dark Haunted House benefits the Kim Good Neighbor Fund, part of the Friends of Man charity. Scream in the Dark has over 15 rooms of fright, featuring live snakes, tarantulas, and terrifying surprises. Warning, Scream in the Dark may be yours. Goodbye now.
From Denver, Colorado to Little Rock, Arkansas. More people buy their waterbed from Big Sur Waterbeds than any other waterbed store in America.
This is the very best selection that we found anywhere.
The prices were lower here at Big Sur.
Isn't it time you made the switch to Big Sur? The Westbrook with mirror and double cupboards is just $199.99.
They really are better.
Big Sur water beds, America's largest, at 5150 North Federal and I-225 in the Valley next to Levis.
To improve the classic Jaguar sedan, we studied it carefully. Gave it more glass, a crisper roofline, a more fluid shape. Jaguar Series 3, a great classic refined. Inside, superb leather seats, adjustable lumbar support, rare walnut dash and cruise control. Jaguar XJ Series 3, the first new Jaguar sedan in a decade.
You wear it well, Digester. You wear it well, Digester. Taste that cola, bright and bold, little tiny root beer too. That lemon lime so crystal cold, it all looks good on you. The great looking taste of Digester. Ooh, you wear it well.
The last time you had a thick, juicy charbroiled steak? Well, right now, Rancher's Beef is celebrating their grand opening in Aurora. You can get 160 pounds of USDA choice beef for only $1.29 a pound. So now's the time to stock your freezer with quality you can taste. Loins, ribs, plates, and flanks. Listen, these guys are going hog wild. With this purchase, we'll give you 80 pounds of pork and poultry absolutely free. That's 20 pounds of fresh fryers, 20 pounds of lean pork chops, 20 pounds of lean sliced bacon, and 20 pounds of smoked ham free. With Rancher's Beef Easy Payment Plan, you can get all this 240 pounds of beef, pork, and poultry for just $34.40 per month for 6 months. Now, hold on. That's not all. For the first 50 customers calling in, receiving cutting time, and opening a 90-day account with purchase, we'll throw in 60 free steaks. That's 20 ribeyes, 20 New York strips, and 20 filet mignons. Call Rancher's Beef now at 680-8555. Rancher's Beef, 15132 East Hampton and Chambers, south of I-225 and the Parker exit. Major credit cards are accepted or 90 days, same as cash, no interest.
A lot of people are calling in. Getting a lot of phone calls. Getting a lot of phone calls this morning. A lot of people have a lot of opinions on this. They have a lot of opinions on the fact that I haven't paid for my storage unit this month. They're trying to take my possessions, and I'm not going to let them do it. I'm going to sing a brand new song. I wrote it on the way in to the Jaguar studios today, and I said I want to sing it. I want to share it for the people, and I want to do it for you right now. And it goes like this. Let's have some fun with the police. Let's have some fun with the police. Let's have some fun with the police. Let's have a good time with the police. Now, you can do that in a lot of different ways. For instance, we could host a barbecue, and we could invite all of our local law enforcement officers, and we could cook up hamburgers, and we have a whole assortment of condiments. Lettuce, pickles, onion, tomato, mustard, mayo, ketchup, relish, salsa, buns, burgers, dogs, brats. We're gonna have it all. They can bring their children. You can invite the police to bring their children. And you can have a inflatable maze that their children could run in and play. And we're doing all of these things because let's have some fun with the police. Let's have some fun with the police. Or, for instance, we could organize a parade. And we could make floats out of flowers and play loud music. And we could sing songs praising the police. And just really we could get out there and mix it up. And we could do whatever we want as long as we have some fun with the police. Or have some fun with the police. Or let me give you another example. We all lock arms and march on the police station. And then peacefully sit down in there and we quietly and silently protest all the injustices that the police have done to us. This is just a hypothetical within a song. We all take a flower and we place it into the barrel of a gun. And together we can make peace happen. And look at these people now. Look at them. They're having some fun with the police. Having some fun with the police. Having some fun with the police. Look how much fun they're having. Look at the smiles on these people's faces. Look at how happy they are to be interacting with American law enforcement. And as you know, American law enforcement is the fairest and most just corporation to ever be paid by money funneled out of the taxpayer dollars. Let's have some fun with the police. Okay. America, I know what you're thinking. Why? Why? Why would you do this? Why would you offer me such a cruel and unusual take on American politics? Why would you come onto TV and tell me that the police are bad or mean? And I tell you why. Because nothing is real. Everything's made up. Everything I say is gibberish. Please disregard all the words that I'm saying. Now when you think, do I need to be concerned with some of the opinions that Jay has screamed out into the world? No. He's clearly deranged or crazy or lost inside of some sort of drug-induced jungle with lions roaring inside of his head. There's a snake that crawled out from under his shoe and up his pant leg, and now there's rats in his ears, and they're just chewing, man. The rats are just chewing on me, man, and I can feel the bugs all over. And every time I look at you, every time I look into your eyes, I see the devil, man. I see the devil, man, and people tell me not to. People say, Jay, it's not real. It's not real, Jay. And I say, it's as real as what's inside my head, man. You can't tell me what's real. What's inside my head is real. I know because I see it. I can see it so that I know it's real, man. I know it's real right now. Quit telling me it's not real, Andy. Quit telling me it's not real. And are you worried about what I say? Because remember, everything I say is nonsense. Everything I say is gibberish. There's rats inside my head, and now they're trying to get out. There's bugs in me, Andy.
They're crawling all over you, Jay.
Can you see the bugs, Andy? I can feel the bugs, Andy. I want all of our viewers and listeners to close your eyes right now and imagine you're covered in bugs. Just quietly to yourself. Maybe you're sitting at your desk at work. I want you to imagine thousands of bugs. Remember Fear Factor with Joe Rogan? Imagine that there's cockroaches and millipedes and centipedes crawling on you. Can't you just feel them in your hair and itching and under your clothes? There's bugs everywhere and ants. There's ants all over you and snakes and scorpions. And you're just so uncomfortable and you feel so weird and bad and just upset, and you can't figure out why, but it's because your body is full of bugs. Tiny, even microscopic bugs, little mites. There's tiny mites crawling all over your skin. Can't you feel them itching on you? And they're jumping around and they're mating. And these bugs are eating your dead skin cells. And there's bees and there's earwigs that are crawling into your ears. And you can just feel it, and you know these bugs are going to eat you and they're just going to bite you, and there's nothing you can do because your hands don't work. So all you can do is lay there because you're paralyzed in sleep, but you're awake in your mind, but you can't move your body, and you're covered with bugs, and there's bugs in your clothes and in your pants, and there's bugs everywhere, and she knows, and you know, and he knows too, that bugs everywhere, Andy!
Jay, what's this?
Wait, what's what?
What's this?
What's what?
What's this, Jay?
What's what?
What's in my pocket, Jay?
What's that? What's what?
Oh God.
What's what?
Oh God.
What's what?
Oh God.
What's this?
Oh God.
What's what?
Oh God.
What's this?
Oh God.
What's that?
Oh God.
What's this? What? What's that? What's this? What's that? Oh, now we're coming back at you. This is Mr. Dave Duncan! Let's get a little reading, Andy. You do a little reading for us?
Absolutely, Jay.
I'm gonna do a little bass line with it. How does that sound?
I would love a bass line, please. Section 5, Chapter 1. Hearing the horns call and the baying of the hounds, the stag taketh flight.
The stag taketh flight.
Life was mud.
Life was mud.
Rolling like a drunk, Lady Polly was standing in to Moville, which was a port in Iceland, and obviously not much of one with how little it was.
It was a port in Iceland, but obviously not much of one considering how little it was.
Running before a rising gale, she had made a fast crossing, but the next few minutes would be absolutely, and I can't say this enough, that this is part of an ad-lib, critical.
The next few minutes are going to be critical.
Frozen and drenched by the rain, Lynx leaned against the ship's side and waited to see if she would cross the bar safely. If she did, life would continue to be mud.
If she did,
that's a big if.
Life would continue to be mud.
Otherwise, it would be over.
Or, otherwise it would be over. There's a lot to chew on here.
You know what he said right after that? Just like me and Jay. Quote, he didn't care much either way.
You know what I like? I like that Lynx is a woman, a strong woman, is the lead in this book.
I love that Lynx, when you think you're not going to learn something,
and I don't,
she comes around and just like those bugs crawling up your denim pants,
still covered in bugs.
She comes out the tummy part, crawls up on your chest, looks you right in the eye and tells you the truth.
And the truth is ever changing. The truth is a river, and the truth is time. Let me get a little more from this book, Andy, please.
I'm gonna fast forward ahead because we're gonna get into a little more intense subject matter. Night is falling, wind is rising. The only wisp of light in his personal dark swamp was that he was currently facing southwest, and he could feel the Jaguar plaque burning hot over his heart.
He could feel the Jaguar plaque burning over his heart. And as you know, the Jaguar plaque is a 40-foot by 38-foot, 2-inch thick block of gold inscribed by the Lord with the rules of the Jaguar morning show. That's in a museum somewhere. We're not going to tell you where it is. It's a hidden place. Give me a little more from Mr. Dave Duncan, please.
Okay, but he's talking about the plaque, right? The Jaguar plaque. That was his compass, pointing the way to his ward, but even that was stolen. Thief!
No.
Thief.
This book is blowing my mind.
Thief.
It's poetry. It's poetry. Thief. Now there's a thief inside the chapel.
Thief.
There's a thief inside the river.
Thief.
There's a thief inside of my hallway.
Thief.
There's a thief who's riding on a boat. There's a thief who's hidden in a cave now. There's a thief at the Linders and the temple now. There's a thief in a television studio now. There's a thief and you call him on a cellular phone. There's a thief and he's driving in a Jaguar car. Thief and he's changing all his money into euros. Thief and he's invested heavily in Wall Street. Thief and he doesn't even know his kid's name. Thief with his hand just shoved down in your pocket now. Thief and he took it and he's coming back around. Thief and he's walking down a river, down a path now. Thief and he's painted with the color red now. Thief and he's taking just a riding on a riverbed. Thief and a roar to the tusk and a gourd. Thief and a bear just a walking through the Yellowstone. Thief and a tablecloth draped over a mantelpiece. Thief and a teepee with a buffalo bones. Thief and he riding on a horse at a cliffside. Thief and a light coming down from the sun. Thief in the sky with the clouds they just blowing.
And the thief is a hamburglar.
Yes. And a thief
is a...
Of course, a thief is a river. Thief
is a pile of books.
A thief is a story that you don't want to hear now.
A thief is someone who is your best friend, who you think is just on your back at all times. And then guess what? They put on that little striped hamburglar outfit. It's got the cool stripes. It's got the little purple cape. And it's got a tiny little, almost like barbershop quartet hat with a huge brim. And when you finish it off, when your friend puts on that hamburglar mask, all bets are off.
Yeah.
Because they're going to take your Cutlass Calais, your Oldsmobile that you got from your grandmother. They're going to take it. When you're not looking, they're going to swoop in, they're going to take those car keys, and they're going to drive for Albuquerque. And they're going to hide under the radar level swarm of bees, and you're not going to be able to find them.
He's a thief, and he thought he was your friend now. He's a thief, and he stole your grandma's car now. He's a thief, and he stole your left shoe now. He's a thief, and he stole all your butter now. He's a thief, and he's drinking all your gallons of milk. He's a thief, and he's hidden in your car garage. He's a thief, and he has no respect for you at all. He's a thief, and he's looking for you, coming for you, taking. He's a thief, and he's looking home, looking back, looking left. Thief, and he's wandering through the night. He's a thief, and you say, is he real? Is he here? He's a thief, and you say, oh my God, I can feel him. He's a thief, and you poke him in the eyes, in his eyes. He's a thief, but he blocks it like a Three Stooges style. Thief, and he's throwing up everywhere. Thief, and his shoes are full of bugs and maggots now. Thief, and he's bleeding from his eyes and from his ears now. Thief, I just think that you should go and visit doctors now. Thief, we get you in an MRI machine now. Thief, with the O with the heat. He's a thief, and he take it from the rich for the poor. He's a thief, and a lottie-dottie, golly go to more. And thief, and he's Robin Hood, Walt Disney. He's a thief.
Did he steal stuff? I don't think so, but he was an escape artist, and that's a thievery of chains. That's a thievery of bonds. That's a thievery of straitjackets. We're all locked in, and we can't allow people to steal that freedom from us. We've got to Houdini out of that, and we got to change from Houdini into Houdini who robs banks. I'll tell you that much, Jay.
Here's what we're gonna need to do. We're gonna take this. You see these men? You see these white men? This is what's wrong with America. You can spot them. Look at the hairline. Look at this hairline. Thief. Look at these eyes! Thief! Look at his mouth!
Oh, what a mouth.
He's a thief! Zoom in on this, guys! Zoom in on this thief's mouth! He's a thief!
Mouth
Tell it from the glasses, he's a thief! And he's stealing from a baby, he's a thief! At the head of corporations, they're all thieves! And they're running our country, they're all thieves!
Remember when your dad had a pension because he carried mail for 17 years and that meant something? Remember when your father's sweating in 92-degree weather in Reseda, California, walking up, handing out Columbia House free CDs was a noble profession and he could make a living? You remember that? Because I sure as hell do. And where did that all go, Jay? Who did it go to?
Went to thieves, and they're stealing all the money from the babies. Now, thieves with their hands shoved deep inside my pocket. Now, thieves, but they started calling it taxation. Thieves, and they're taking all the money from the people. Now, thieves got to tear the whole system down and destroy it. Now, thieves saying no gods, no man. Thieves tear it down, gotta burn all the money. Now, thieves just like Ronald effing Reagan. Now,
he said
thieves.
AIDS isn't real. Nancy said AIDS isn't real. He said
He's
a lot
a thief.
of people on drugs. They say just say no. They said
He's a
hey,
thief.
it'll all trickle down. It'll be fine. But we know that was garbage.
He's a thief.
They said hey, there's enough for everyone, but mainly for me.
He's a thief.
It's a serious situation where you become an
He's a
actor
thief.
and you get such a huge ego. You think, oh,
He's
I
a
can be
thief.
president. I'm a huge star.
And he was right.
And boy did J.A.G.U.A.R.
And he was right. And they were right. All the thieves were right. 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 They were right. All the thieves said, let's steal the country now. Yes. All the thieves stole the country now. Yes. All the thieves stole the country now. Yes.
Everybody is a grab
All
bag.
the thieves stole the country now. Yes.
Treat the country as your
All the
ashtray.
thieves stole the country now. Yes.
Take
All the
those
thieves stole the
textbooks
country
and
now.
give them
Yes.
back for no money.
All the thieves stole the country now.
All
Yes.
your life savings
Take
on
the money
gambling
from the teachers
horses.
now. Yes. Take
And
the money
take
from
your
the sick now.
Ed Nest egg and give it to a
Take
homeless
the money
person.
from the poor now. Yes.
And push
Take the
out
money.
your credit limit to the edge
Take
and
the
buy
money.
that indoor swimming
Yes.
bathtub thing. Who
Take the
cares?
money now.
It's
Take the
$25,000, but you can swim
Take
in
the
your
money
house now.
Take the money now.
Take a ninth
Take
job
the
so
money
you can
now.
swim in your
Well,
house.
the poor don't need it. The poor will
Don't
be fine. The poor don't need it. The poor will be fine. Take the rich. Take the money for the rich. Take all of my money and give it to the rich. Because they're done. They bought all the gold toilets, Andy. They bought all the yachts. They put their names on all the buildings. There's only one thing left, Andy. There's only one thing left for them to buy, Andy.
What is it, Jay?
Our democracy. And they've done it. I want to say congratulations to the rich for
Congrats.
buying our country.
Good job, everybody.
It was a steal. You got it for a couple of commercial breaks and like $37 million. I want to say congratulations to Trump for usurping democracy and taking over our country. Give me a high five, Andy.
Oh, you did it, Donnie T. You were in a hot tub with a golden trailer behind an actual limousine.
10 years ago, you were banging strippers and doing coke.
Yeah, you
and now, through a little bit of shadiness, some lies, some obfuscation, you have purchased America. It's yours now. Do with it what you want. Bury it in a toilet. Flush it. I don't care anymore.
Bury it in a toilet because that's where we all belong. We belong at the bottom of a toilet, pissed on by everybody else who is subjugating us from a financial level. So please, just enjoy what's happening. Enjoy your day. We're all for sale. We're all being looted. We can't get financing for our homes the moment the banks collapse. It won't be insured. That's all garbage. You're just going to be left on the street. And all the row houses in Colorado Springs, and all the track houses in the suburbs of Chicago, and all the McMansions in Florida, they'll all be empty like hotels in Monterey Bay.
And I'm ready for it, Andy. I'm ready for the collapse of American society, Andy. I think we've had it too good for too long. I want the whole thing to burn. I want it all to burn. I want the whole thing to burn. I want the whole thing to burn. Burn it all down, America. I don't even care anymore. Recycling? Who cares? Burn it down.
Put it in another bin. It's not going to get recycled.
Yeah, they're just, I'm sure someone is making $2 in order to just dump it in a landfill. It's all just garbage. The whole thing is garbage. Everything is garbage. And the only thing left that means anything to anyone, Andy, and I think you know what's the only truth anymore. The only truth is, of course, the Jaguar Morning Show. It's a Jaguar Morning Show.
It's a wonderful
It's a Jaguar Morning Show. It's a Jaguar Morning Show.
You feel the rainbows in
when
the
the
back
whole
of your
thing is
face.
falling, the whole thing is ending, the whole thing is going to Pooville. You say, who can I trust? You say, who can I love? And I tell you that the answer right now is, of course, the Jaguar Morning Show. It's a 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 Jaguar Morning
Make
Show.
a sign language J, because you can toss a rod into the river and you can pull out a fresh fish. You can see yourself in a new light for the first time since your dad took you to that auto show and made you feel special for once in your life. You can grow fungus in your backyard and have a love of mushrooms without being ridiculed for being a weirdo. It's the modern times. Those are functional. Mushrooms are delicious. You can put them in anything. You don't have to feel self-conscious because you like a band no one likes. Everyone likes a band no one likes. Most people like bands no one likes.
For instance,
just like them.
The Jaguar Morning Show. It's a Jaguar Morning Show. Woo! It's a Jaguar Morning Show. It's a Jaguar Morning Show. And I tell you one thing, it's not just for you. It's not just for me. It's not just for Andy or Wally. No. It's for Childish Gambino. It's for Arcade Fire. It's for Bill Hader. And it's for Kirby Puckett.
Yeah, that's
Minnesota.
right. And it's also for the Deftones and Slipknot and Korn and also for POD.
Yes,
it's for Papa Roach and all the kids down at the gas station.
It's for Mark Twain. It's for Charles Bukowski. The Jaguar Morning Show is for Norman Mailer and Norman Lear. It's for Patty Hearst and it's for William Burroughs.
It's both for colonialist writers like Rudyard Kipling and also native writers like Gabriel Garcia Marquez.
Yes.
It's a whole expanse.
That is
Are
right.
you getting colonized by us? Yes, but you know how you're getting colonized by us? With love. Come on!
And the other way, the only colony that really matters anymore is the Jaguar Morning Show. It's a Jaguar Morning Show. We're coming for your culture. It's a Jaguar Morning Show. It's a Jaguar Morning Show. And I know what you're saying, but some of what you're saying seems problematic. And some of what you're saying seems so stupid. And some of what you're saying is brilliant. And some of what you're saying is ugly and rude. And some of what you're saying seems like poetry. And some of what you're saying seems like jokes. But when I think of what you're saying and I think of what you're doing, I say, where can I see it? On Tuesdays and Thursdays, you see it on the Jaguar Morning Show. It's a Jaguar Morning Show. That's
Make
right
it
now.
J.
It's a Jaguar Morning Show.
Make it J.
It's a Jaguar Morning Show.
Make your very own J with your
They're coming from Denver Open Media at 700 Kalamath on Channel 57 on the radio where?
104.7 FM.
That's right, until they boot us up. And we bring you the truth, and we bring you the news, and we bring you the sports, and we bring you the crime report, we bring you the top 10, we bring you the weather, and we bring you the traffic, and what do we call it? It's a Jaguar Morning Show. That's right. It's a Jaguar Morning Show. You know it's true, baby. It's a Jaguar Morning Show. Coffee and weed. It's a Jaguar Morning Show.
Like to have fun in the morning.
Like to have fun in the morning.
You remember when you used to enjoy waking up?
Yes.
I mean, that was something, wasn't it?
It was. It used to be something.
Oh, you woke up and you said, I'm going to play Star Wars.
And then you would.
And then you'd say, I'm going to read The Indian in the Cupboard, which is messed up in retrospect.
Is it?
I don't know.
I just recently watched that movie, but it was before my eyes were open. Andy.
Yeah, if you had a friend that was a tiny friend and you had to put him in a cupboard to bring him back to life and do all sorts of crazy stuff to him, you'd have a lot of moral ambiguity in your life.
I don't know. I feel like I'm that person to some people.
Oh.
And when I most feel like that, when I most know it's true, is of course upon the Jaguar Morning Show. I'm an Indian cupboard. It's a Jaguar Morning Show. Find me a plastic girlfriend. Jaguar Morning Show. And then the Jaguar Morning Show. Okay. And before it ends, before it's over, before you all go off to work, before you decide that it's all not worth living, before you buy that gun, before you take all those sleeping pills and mix them with booze, before you decide that your life is over, I want you to take 1 second and just take 1 minute and say, maybe I'll wait till next Tuesday and see one more episode of the Jaguar Morning Show. That's right, it's a Jaguar Morning Show. It's so true. It's a Jaguar Morning Show. Do it for you, baby. It's a Jaguar Morning Show.
Like Billy Blanks.
And let me tell you one thing. Yes, of course I get it. The world is a terrible, scary place.
So scary.
It would be so much easier to be dead because then you wouldn't have to make any decisions. You wouldn't have to pay rent. You wouldn't have to pay your bills. You don't have to worry about your relationships. You don't have to worry about your storage unit. You don't have to worry about any of this nonsense because you'd be dead. You'd be dead. You'd be dead. It would be over. You'd be dead and it'd be over and you would feel just fine. Take all your pain and transfer it to your family because that's all that you're doing. That's all that we're doing here on the Jaguar Morning Show. That's right. It's a Jaguar Morning Show in the morning. It's a Jaguar Morning Show. It's a show. It's a Jaguar Morning Show. It's a Jaguar.
Ooh, look at that prey. Look at that predator. Look at that sleek lynx, ocelot, bobcat body wriggling through the reeds like a prairie figment of our imagination. Just rolling up on you silently while you're eating a ham sandwich and then goring you right in the jugular with your mouth.
I like when animals attack people. I like when nature attacks people. I like when self-driving cars attack people. I like when aliens attack people. I like when our own government attacks the people. I like when our government taxes the people. I like the people from Texas. I like the people from Nebraska. I like it all. And that's why we're here hosting the Jaguar Morning Show. We're here every Tuesday. The Jaguar Morning Show. Also every Thursday. It's a Jaguar Morning Show. That's an
9 to
acronym.
11.
It's a Jaguar Morning Show on Channel 57. I want to say a quick shout out to Donald Glover.
Ooh, baby. Donald Glover, childish?
Wait, oh, that is, I meant Danny Glover.
Big shout out to...
From Lethal Weapon. That's Danny Glover?
Yes.
Not Donald Glover.
Nope. Danny Glover is the one who narrated Magic Time about Magic Johnson.
Really?
Yep.
I've never seen that movie.
It's wonderful. He says something about, when he talks about Larry Bird fighting Magic Johnson, he says something about, and then the Sycamores recovered the ball with 2 minutes remaining.
And a lot of your news programs aren't covering this, but we are. On the Jaguar Morning Show. That's right, you're here with us on the Jaguar Morning Show. We're all together now. The Jaguar Morning Show. Marijuana
It's a cereal.
It's a Jaguar Morning Show. And now we're gonna take a minute. We're gonna slow it down.
We're almost to the end of the show.
And what that usually means is we like to get in and we like to just take a minute to breathe. It's been so high energy. We run around. They've been zooming in on our pubis, and you've been saying, I don't know, I don't get this, I don't like this, I didn't ask for this, I don't want it, I did not want this. Give me the last 2 hours of my life back. And to you, I just want to say, you always had the option to change the channel. and you stayed with us, and now you're mad at me. And I feel like this is on you. And if you dislike me that much, why did you tune in the whole time? Or if you think Andy is just a real piece of work and that you're thinking about writing a letter to us, I say, well, how much time do you have you could watch this show that makes you so angry, that makes you so upset?
Take some agency in your life. Don't you dare pour that out on the Jaguar Morning Show.
We're
going to be back here Thursday for you, and it's going to be fresh.
We
want you to have that.
We're going to leave today. We're going to go write the script for Thursday. We're going to get in there. We're going to write all the jokes. We're going to have another perfectly planned out top 10 list. I know what you're thinking. It seemed like you just got there in the moment. That's acting.
If you want to read The Jaguar Nights by Dave Duncan, you can get that on Amazon, probably 2 days to you, so you can be ready for the show on Thursday.
Yeah, we will be doing the book club together, yes.
Yes, Thursday morning. It's going to be, I believe, May 9th, 9 to 11, right here on Xfinity 57, CenturyLink 8809 for you CenturyLink heads, 104.7 FM on the radio. Thank you, radio listeners. And also JaguarMorningShow.com if you want to interact with us live on the stream.
That's right. We would love to see the sound of your typing. And any words you want to say. Like, you can get in there and you can just really be mean to us and insult us.
See you Thursday.
Yeah, and if you
see you
can't
Thursday,
handle
9 to 11.
Tune out, baby.
See
Good
you
night.
Thursday,
I love
9
you,
to
though. I love
11.
you. I'll see you
See
then.
you on this channel again live.
Nothing matters. Nothing else matters
Get a book,
but this.
read it.
Only right now. There's only right now. There is nothing else. There's only right now. It's only now. Only now. Only right now. There's nothing else. It's only right now. It's only right now. Right now. It's right now. It's only right now. Right now. It's only now. Right now. Thank you.
So I was told different.
No, I want to roll it for 30 seconds past anyway.
Yeah, I hear you. I just want to make sure you know that was not me.